And we're back. And we are back. Did that work? Did that work properly? I don't know if that worked properly, but we're back. We are back. I don't know if that worked properly. I don't know if I like that. We might as well just stay live. We might as well just stay live. Wow, that worked? Did that work? I don't know if that worked. I think it might have worked. I think it might have worked. But here we go. We're live for the next game. Cooper Flag comes up with the steal on a turnover from Harrison Barnes. Bounce pass and a lob. Oh, Cooper Flag couldn't get the dunk to go down for his first points. But Anthony Davis right there for the putback. Come on, Cooper. That would have been the perfect way to introduce yourself to the NBA world. And we got to get ourselves situated here. We will update everything. See, that's the issue. That's what I should have did instead of going through the box scores. We could have done this as we went through the box scores. But Stephen Castle gets it over to Wemby. Wemby chucks up a contested mid-range jumper. Can't get it to go, but a foul on P.J. Washington. Whew. Did that work? I don't know if that worked. Not sure I switched. I exited, and then this one appeared. I don't think it did. All right, we might not do it again. The way it's supposed to work is when I end that stream, it should immediately send you over to this game. You know, I said it worked. I don't know if I like it. We might as well just stay live with the people who are in there, right? Might as well just stay live. So Wemby's at the foul line. He knocks down the first free throw. We already got a dunk from Anthony Davis. Let's go ahead and set ourselves up here. This is what I should have did before the game started. We're learning. We're learning. This is the first time we're doing a doubleheader. We do have it set up, though. Wemby knocks down both free throws. We're doing Spurs, Dallas. Boom. There we go. Scoreboard is set up. Wemby did knock down both free throws. Anthony Davis did have a dunk to start. Make sure our timer is ready to go. We also have to change the player graphics. Davis has it up top. They get it over to Lively. Lively. Trying to find somebody to hand it off to. Hand it off to Davis. They're starting Davis, Lively, Flag, Washington. As Davis knocks down the mid-range fall-away jumper. Okay, Davis. Let's go ahead. Let's get this situated right here. Stephen Castle bringing it down. He has it up top. Gets it over to Vassell. Pump fakes in the mid-range. One more dribble, can't, comes up short on the little mid-range jumper in the paint. Lively with the rebound. Here comes Washington pushing the pace the other way. A lot of contact, gets chased down, blocked by Wemby. But I think they call the goaltending. Also, I don't like the way this is, so let me switch that to here. Then we'll switch it right back to Sheffy. That so this game should be above the rim, literally, for sure. For sure. I'm also going to take the jacket off. It's getting hot in here. Step back for Harrison Barnes, leans in against Davis. Gets it over to Wemby. Wemby dancing with it out by the three-point line, putting his head down, attacking, throws it up at the rim. Good defense from P.J. Washington there. Davis with the rebound. We're bringing it down the other way. Davis up top, up over to Flag. Flag's going to pump fake from three, pull it back out. He's got Wemby on him. Okay, dance with it then, Flag. Hesitation move, mid-range pull-up jumper. Comes up short. Fight for the rebound, out of bounds. Off of Lively, it's going to go back to the Spurs. 10 minutes to go. 2-6. Dog catcher, Knicks fan, just dead. Chris Baskerville, Mark, Kinohara, appreciate y'all. Castle attacking. Draws the foul on P.J. Washington. That's 2 fouls on P.J. Washington. They're going to have to get him out of there. Stephon Castle going to the foul line for 2 free throws. Rookie of the year last year. I'm also really excited to watch Dylan Harper make his NBA debut, by the way. The number 1 overall pick, Cooper Flag, going up against the number 2 overall pick, Dylan Harper. Except Dylan Harper will be coming off the bench. Also, let's pull this up over here. Boom. Okay, lesson learned. I think it would be better to just continue the same live stream rather than trying to break it up to 2 live streams. No, the issue why I did that is because I would have had to just change the title, as well as change the scoreboards and change the graphics and all of that. So it was just, figured it might be better to do that. But knowing that it doesn't send you away over there right away, I don't know if I like that. So let's do this. We got San Antonio. Cooper Flag has it. Gets it over to Davis. Throws the lob to Lively for a two-handed slam. Mavericks looking good. Mavericks looking really good right now. Let's get our graphics up there. Excellent pass from Anthony Davis. Castle did knock down both of his free throws. Wemby has it up top, attacking to his left, leans in, mid-range follow-away jumper over Lively. Nothing but net. Nothing you can do about that. Literally nothing you can do about that. Back and forth affair. Here we go. 9-10 to go. Cooper Flag has it on the right wing, driving to his left. He's got a lane, gets under the rim, kicks it out. Excellent pass over to Najee Marshall, driving it in against Champagnie. Leans in, righty hook shot. Can't get it to go. Lively knocks the rebound away from Wemby. That's one area Wemby has to improve on, is a rebounder. You're too big, too tall, too talented to not be able to not be a better rebounder. Davis to the basket, can't get the layup to go. Wemby came over for a big block shot. He couldn't get it, but did force the miss. Castle down the lane, Euro steps, kicks it out. Vassell, a straightaway three is the trailer. Vassell knocks it down. Excellent creation from Stephon Castle right there. People must have forgotten about Castle. Davis gets it inside, gets blocked by Wemby. Oh, Wemby coming out of nowhere for the big block shot. Hit ahead to Castle. Castle on the left wing. Castle dancing with it, coming to his right off the Wemby screen. Mid-range pull-up jumper. Is he feeling it like that? Off the back rim, but gets a nice friendly bounce as he gets it to go down. And just like that, the Spurs now up by 13, 11-8. Get it over quickly. Klay Thompson catching fire, gets fouled. No, doesn't get fouled. Out of bounds. Air ball. Klay Thompson looking for the foul call, but he's not going to get it. Here we go. Now we got everything set up now. You know, I said, good thing Wemby is wearing the orange sneakers, because otherwise I wouldn't notice him. Here comes Castle bringing it down. I've been impressed with Castle so far. Castle up top, Harrison Barnes, an open three. A wide open three. He knocks it down, nothing but net. And the Spurs off and running, looking good here against Dallas. Najee Marshall up top to Davis. Davis being guarded by Wemby. That's a great matchup right there. Hands it off to Thompson. Thompson being chased by Barnes. Kicks it back out to Davis. Davis is going to have to shoot that three this year. Lines it up. Can't get it to go down. Long rebound. Barnes able to chase it down. And he was out of bounds when he was chasing it. So the ball is going to go back to Dallas here. 7:37 to go. Jose NYC said 1,800 views on the Knicks game. What's the over-under here? I don't know. No idea, brother. No idea. I don't know. Maybe like 700? I'd feel pretty good about 700. Klay Thompson leaning in, looking for the foul call. He doesn't get it. Davis gets the rebound, trying to go for the putback dunk. Tried to throw Champagnie on a poster. Couldn't get the dunk to go down, but he will go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Anthony Davis moving a little bit different here than the way he was moving in Los Angeles. First quarter. Thank you. Thank you, Knicks fan. We are in the first quarter. Also, let's get our game cast going for this game here. Davis does knock down the first free throw. Fourteen to 9. Davis knocked down the first one. He got one more coming. Robin, what's up, Robin? He lost to the Magic, but no Hero till November. Yeah, that's a tough loss. Long time for Tyler Hero to be out. Davis knocked down the first one, knocks down the second one. This is going to be a good game here tonight, y'all. Stephon Castle bringing it down. Gets it over to Barnes. Barnes pulls it back out. Gets it over to Wemby. Wemby up top, looking to attack. Nobody down the lane, and he gets a huge dunk. I mean, he looked like a child dunking on a Nerf rim. He looked like a child. He dunks it like this, right in front of his face. That's insane. Wemby with a big dunk. How do you let Wemby have a straight line drive to the basket? Wembanyama on Davis now. Davis dancing with it. Driving to his left on Wembanyama. Gets under the basket. They swing it around. Najee Marshall, pump fake. Back to Max Christie. Wide open right corner three. And he splashes it, nothing but net. Great ball movement from the Mavericks there. 16-13, a back and forth affair, approaching the halfway point here. Forgot to restart the timer. We got 6:40 to go here in the first quarter. They get it over to Vassell. Back to Castle. Castle coming to his right, dancing with it against Marshall. Quick crossover to his left. Cross-court pass gets knocked out of bounds by Christie. It'll stay with the Spurs, but we're going to get a timeout here. Catch our breath. Make sure everything here is set up nice. Alyssa Lester, what's up, Alyssa? You know, I said Mavs can play if AD can stay in the court. Then I guess Kyrie's still no playoffs. You mean Kyrie's not going to be back for the playoffs? He should be back at some point this season. We should expect Kyrie back. Doug Fresh, what's up, Doug? Happy to see you, Doug. Something we could also do here is now that we are during the timeout break, we're not going to go back over the Knicks. That's for sure. But we will go over the... You know what I could do too? I could load it up with all 4 teams on the back-to-back. See, we're learning. We're learning as the season goes on. We'll learn. We'll get better at doing these back-to-backs. Not used to doing them, but we'll get better at them. So we got the Spurs. We can go over the Spurs, but let's also set up the Mavericks as well while we're at it. So we can go through all of the rotational players for both sides here tonight. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Boom. So we all know about Victor. Victor Wembanyama had his season cut short last year, but last year averaged 24.3 points per game, 11 rebounds, 3.7 assists for Big Wick. The context, it's Wemby. You just pray. You just pray he has an off night. That's really the defensive game plan I got for you. Got nothing else. Got nothing else for you. Average 1.1 steals per game and 3.8 blocks per game, along with 3.2 turnovers. My goodness. My goodness. He needs to cut down on turnovers. 3.2 turnovers, 3.7 assists. That's a lot. That's a lot. 3-point percentage, 35%. We know he can fall in love with that jump shot a little bit. 83% from the foul line, 47% from the field. But again, it's Wembanyama. You just pray he has an off night and he settles for a lot of jump shots, right? We get over to De'Aaron Fox, who is not playing tonight, so we don't have to go over too much, but he did average 23.5 points per game last year with about 5 assists, or about 5 rebounds, 6 assists. Stephon Castle, reigning Rookie of the Year, is looking for another big season here. Last year, averaged damn near 15 points per game, almost 4 boards with 4 assists. He's looking for a much more improved season this year, playing alongside better talent like De'Aaron Fox, Harrison Barnes, even Dylan Harper coming off the bench, the number 2 overall pick. So, looking for a much more improved season from Stephon Castle, especially as a shooter, but also as a slasher and a driver, and as a point guard overall, having the ball in his hands, especially with Fox missing the beginning of the season this year. We get over to Devin Vassell. Devin Vassell, 16.3 points per game last year, and I like Devin Vassell. It just often feels like he's missing something to his game, right? A mid-range maestro. You want him to be a little bit better of a three-point shooter. He shot it at about 37% last year, but not on good enough volume for a wing player who needs to spread the court for Wembanyama and now Castle and Harper off the bench. 4 boards, 2.9 assists. You want to see a little bit more creation. You want him to lean a little bit more into the Mikal Bridges archetype than he has so far. Keenan Harris said, Wemby, more posts, fewer threes, should be fine. I like Stephon a lot. Trade De'Aaron and get a forward. I'm sure they wouldn't have made the De'Aaron Fox trade when they did, but, you know, they did not know they were going to end up with the number 2 overall pick for Dylan Harper. They needed a point guard. Here we go. Back into the game. My timer been ticking the whole time? My apologies. 6:17 to go here in the first quarter. Jose said, looking to see how Dylan Harper does this year. I'm thinking 12 to 15 points per game this year. That would be a nice bump off the bench. He'd definitely be in the running for 6th man of the year. D'Angelo Russell is subbed in for the Mavs. He weaves his way in on Castle and gets the layup to go. Castle the other way, leaning in against Anthony Davis. Draws the foul. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Drawing a big foul on Anthony Davis. That is Davis's only first foul, but it's going to send Castle to the foul line for 2 free throws. Spurs did come down and hit that 3. And the Mavs got the 2-pointer to go. So 19 to 15, 6 minutes to go. Halfway point of the first quarter here. The dog catcher, what's up, dog catcher? Wembanyama ever get called for over-the-back fouls? Looks like he was trying to be AD's cape earlier when he got boxed out and AD got up the putback. I mean, he's so tall, he just towers over people, so it constantly looks like he's going over the back. But he literally just towers over people. I mean, Anthony Davis is what, 6'11"? And Wembanyama is still like 6-7 inches taller than him. Castle misses 2 free throws. Can't be missing free throws there, Stephon Castle. Here comes Anthony Davis. He has it up top, being guarded by the newest addition, Luke Cornett. Davis has it up top, hands it off to Russell. Russell being chased by Castle, gets it over to Christie. And Christie was out of bounds when he caught it. It's ball going back to the Spurs here. Castle bringing it down. He has it up top. They get it over to Vassell. Vassell left wing 3 on the over-the-top pass. Can't get it to go. Davis fighting for the rebound. Knocked out of his hands. But it will still go back to the Mavs. And Davis already a little banged up. Taking a little bit of a breather. Stretching it out a little bit. So Anthony Davis will bring it down now, 19-15. Davis up top being guarded by Cornett, directing the offense. Fakes the handoff. Good denial defense from the Mavs now. So Davis is going to settle for the one-on-one. Step back, mid-range jumper. Can't get it to go. Castle with the rebound. He's going to bring it down the other way. 5:19 to go here in the first quarter. Castle turning on the Jets, coming to his right off a high Cornett screen. And they call the foul on Cornett, saying it's a moving screen, not giving the defender a chance to get around it. And the ball is going to go back the other way, back to the Mavs. Turnover after turnover after turnover to start. So Dallas will bring it down the other way. 5:15 to go here in the first quarter. Nembhard, Ryan Nembhard, Andrew Nembhard's brother, is in the game. Mid-range foul line pull-up jumper, and he banks it in. That's one way to say welcome to the NBA to Ryan Nembhard, the point guard out of Gonzaga. Stephon Castle up top to get it over to Cornett. Cornett hands it off to Keldon Johnson. Coming to his right, loses the handle. Hands it off to Dylan Harper is in the game. Looks big. Dylan Harper, foul line floater. Can't get it to go. Davis snatches down a rebound. Here comes Anthony Davis bringing it down the other way. Davis has it up top. In and out dribble, driving to his left. A lot of contact, puts up the floater, can't get it to go. Castle with the rebound, turning on the Jets. Bounce pass over to Vassell. Vassell under the rim, gets it over to Harper. Harper with the pass fake. And he stepped out of bounds as he was trying to attack the baseline. Ball going back the other way. Again, a lot of turnovers to start for these two newly put together teams. The dog catching them harder. Come on, big dog. Russell has it up top for the Mavs. Coming to his right. Pocket pass back to Davis. Davis looking to attack in the lane. Puts up the floater. Can't get it to go. Gets his own offensive rebound. Gets hacked from behind by Luke Cornett. And Davis is going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws and telling the ref, way too overly aggressive from Luke Cornett. He's upset. Throws the glasses to the bench. And he's upset. He wants the flagrant foul, saying he came over the top, hit me in the head, over the shoulder. The dangerous play. Just had eye surgery this summer, wearing the goggles. So they're going to look to see if it is a flagrant, because Davis is throwing. Davis is making it such a scene. Throwing the glasses, yelling at the ref. So they're going to take a look at it. And it might be a flagrant on Cornett. He does get all ball, but the follow-through is where Davis is obviously upset about. The bottom of the bicep, what is that, the tricep, comes down and smacks Davis all the way in the face. Mark said it was a flagrant, broke the specs. Oh, is that why you threw him? Because they broke him? Yeah, that's a big old hack from Luke Cornett. He may still have a little New York Knick in him. Nothing easy in the paint from Luke Cornett. Flagrant foul, Luke Cornett, who's in disbelief. How could it be a flagrant foul? One, brother, you did follow through. You got to know it's going to be a flagrant, or there's a chance it's going to be a flagrant. So, flagrant foul on Luke Cornett. Davis was correct to be upset about the play. I mean, you're allowed to be upset even if it wasn't a flagrant, but flagrant on Luke Cornett. It's going to send Davis to the foul line for 2 free throws. Dallas is also going to get the ball back. Can Anthony Davis, do they have a backup pair of glasses for him? I feel like you should. I feel like you should. You know, I said Cornett, Played well last year, got his contract, but just not that good. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see for sure what he's made of. Was it the playing alongside one of the most stacked rosters in the league last year that made him really good? Or did he improve as his career's gone on? So Davis is at the foul line for 2 free throws. 19-17. He could tie it up here. They will get the ball back as well. 4:17 to go here in the first quarter. He does have a pair of backup glasses. He does knock down the first free throw as well. Mark said LensCraft is on call. For real. They should have like 10 backup pairs with them at all times. You never know. You never know. Davis knocked down the first one, knocks down the second one. He is now 4 for 4 from the foul line to start the game. Ties it back up at 19. 4:17 to go here in the first quarter. Dallas gets the ball back. Just Dad said Friday, 7:30 versus the Pistons. Versus the Celtics, excuse me. We will also do another game tomorrow. We are back live tomorrow. Davis leaves it off for Russell. Russell down the lane. Wild scoop play with the left hand. But that's because he got fouled. He's going to the foul line for 2 free throws. It is a foul fest to start the game. A far cry from what we just saw with Knicks Cavaliers. I'll tell you that. You know, I said, get a discount contract from Wemby Parker. Yeah, man, he better be in all of the ads for the new eyewear. For real. Should absolutely be in all of the ads. Russell knocks down the first one. He's got one more coming. He does miss the second free throw, so it's 20-19, 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Jordan McLaughlin is in the game as backup point guard for the Spurs. Interesting. Vassell coming to it right up the Cornet screen. Takes it out to McLaughlin. McLaughlin calling for a screen from Cornet. He slips and falls, saves it over to Johnson. Johnson going under the basket, pulling it out the other way. Kicks it over to Vassell. Vassell, mid-range pull-up jumper, well contested. Didn't matter. He rattles it in. And a delay of game warning against the Spurs. 21-20. Dallas will bring it down now. 3:45 to go. Jose said every kindergarten has 2 pairs. AD got to have another set. Ryan Nembhard down the lane, knocks down a tough float over McLaughlin. Ryan Nembhard, welcome to the NBA world. If you guys have not been paying attention to Dallas preseason basketball, Ryan Nembhard showed that it wasn't just preseason. He's ready for NBA prime time. The backup point guard here for the Mavs with Kyrie Irving out with injuries. Vassell knocks down yet another mid-range jumper. Russell bringing it down the other way, gets it over to Davis. Davis hands it back to Russell. Russell dancing around the Davis screen, coming to his left, pocket pass to Davis, goes right into Cornet. Turns around, puts it up off glass, got it to go. Davis is fired up, going up against Luke Cornet right now. Hit a head pass to Cornet. He can't handle it, but it's out of bounds off of Ryan Nembhard. Did a good job knocking the ball away. Under 3 to go. And we're going to get a timeout here from the San Antonio Spurs. Going to be able to catch our breath a little bit. Go around the league. You know, I said, did you see that pic of Wemby walking out of the ski mask over his head? Like, as if he were in disguise with his 7'6" thin body. I wonder who it could be. I didn't see that image. I didn't see it at all. I do want to go around the league a little bit. Let's go around the league, y'all. Let's go around the league. Looks like the Pistons are going to start off. Oh, no. Hold on. Close game. 11-point game. Pistons battling back. They are battling it back, y'all. The Pelicans in a close game with the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies have retaken the lead. Here they come. Here they come. Bucks still beating up on the Wizards. Clippers getting this smoked by the Jazz. Whoa, it is still early in the game. Clippers couldn't make that comeback. But Kawhi is playing hard and is playing. Beal's in the starting lineup. That's what happens when you got Bradley Beal on your team. Zubac continues his good play, 6 for 7 from the field. Kawhi only has 15 minutes, 1 for 4 from the field. Is Kawhi washed? Is it over for Kawhi? Chris Paul off the bench in his 7 minutes. Didn't do a whole lot. Picked up 2 assists. Might be over for the Clippers. Might finally be over for the Clippers. You're getting smoked by the Jazz. Actually, I didn't look at the Jazz box score. I do want to see, how was Ace Bailey playing? Was he the number 5 overall pick? Mark said Beal's cancer. Might be basketball cancer. Might be. Roger G. Wall said, what do you think about Zion this season? I haven't watched him yet. Preseason, a little bit of a mixed bag. Not sure what to think of him yet. Markkanen playing extremely well. 6 for 8 from the field. A bounce back season for Markkanen. 15 points for him. Walker Kessler with 13 points. 2 for 2 from 3-point range for Walker Kessler. He wants to get paid. Svi Mikhailuk, once a Nick, always a Nick. Legendary Nick, Svi Mikhailuk. Getting the start. 6 points from him. Off the bench, my man Taylor Hendricks. I'm a big Taylor Hendricks fan. We lost him all of last year with the injury in the preseason. Happy to see him back out there contributing. Did knock down a 3 as well. Getting to the foul line. 6 points for him. Happy to see Taylor Hendricks back. Bryce Sensabaugh playing well. Nurkic coming off the bench. That's a good decision. Ace Bailey, 1 for 3 in his 9 minutes. Missed the 3. He's got 2 points. What else is he doing? 2 boards and an assist for Ace Bailey. Okay. Walt Clayton Jr. also coming off the bench. 8 points for him. Also already knocked down a 3. Okay. Ace with 2 points. Well, he gonna get there. Right. Starting him off slowly off the bench. Let him get accustomed to the NBA. So we have some games that have already ended, so we can look at that. We know, obviously, Knicks Cavs. We covered that extensively tonight. Hornets beat the dust off of the Nets. My goodness. 136-117. We're going to get back to the game here. Real quick, who are the Nets even playing? I know Danny Wolf is out with the injury. Michael Porter Jr., 5 for 15. Nick Claxton, 8 for 12. And Cam Thomas, 2 for 9. Did get to the foul line, though. Whole lot of nothing happening for the Brooklyn Nets tonight. Whole lot of nothing happening. I'll tell you that. All right, let's get back to Spurs Mavs. Dallas has it up top, bringing it down. Najee Marshall can't get the shot to go. Wemby is back in the game. Harper driving it down to his right, and they get Harper with the turnover, with the over-under palming violation to carry. Kenar said, I'm happy for Ace. He fired that Temagogu, who was controlling him. I didn't know. I heard about what was going on in the pre-draft stuff and during his draft process, but I didn't read up on it and hear about the firing or anything like that. But if that's the case, I'm happy for him. Hopefully he's moving forward and is happy being in the NBA, even if it is in a place like Utah where he clearly did not want to be. You're in the NBA, make it work. You're in control of your own destiny in a couple of years. If that's what you want to do, you do. But you go out there, you hoop to the team that's paying you, and you do it. Demagogue? I've never heard what that is, Mark. I hope it's not a slur, and you're making me say a slur live. D'Angelo Russell did draw a foul on Dylan Harper. Missed the first free throw. He's got one more coming. I said MPJ was not a good move. Definitely like Cam Johnson better. They're just trying to get assets. They didn't need Cam Johnson. They're not trying to be good, so maybe they got Michael Porter Jr. to make sure that they're not good, because I do like Cam Johnson better than him as well. McLaughlin gets it over to Cornette. They got Cornette and Wemby out on the court together. Cornette has it up top, hands it off to Harper. Harper driving to his right, mid-range pull-up jumper for Harper. Way off, can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. And a foul on Luke Cornette. He was just hacking and whacking away. D'Angelo Russell did knock down the second free throw, by the way, so it's 25-23. And I let my timer tick down, but we got 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. I said, I think we're going to see good stuff out of D'Lo. I've never once been a D'Angelo Russell fan whatsoever. Can he be positive and additive? Sure. Mark said, demagogue is like a rabble-rouser? Okay. I've literally never heard of that term. Okay. Interesting. The more you know. Lively's at the foul line because they are in the bonus. Cornette sending them there, taking up a bunch of fouls. Lively knocks down the first free throw. Got one more coming. Dog catcher, Luke the Hammer Cornette. He might be, man. He might be. Lively, 2 perfect free throws, looked good. The shot looked good there. 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Dylan Harper bringing it down. Harper up top. They get it over to Wemby on the right wing, being guarded by Lively. Hits Harrison Barnes, coming back door. Goes up, gets caught in the air. Excellent defense from Cooper Flagg, who comes up with the steal. Hit head over to Christie. Christie driving it down, kicks it out. Russell as the trailer, an open three. In and out, can't get it to go. Lively snatches, Wemby snatches a rebound away from Lively. Wemby bringing it down now against Flagg. Gets it over to Harper. Harper up top, being guarded by Lively. Quick crossover to his left, driving it down to the rim. Reverse layup, can't get it to go. Maybe it looked like Lively got a piece of it. And then Keldon Johnson with the offensive rebound gets fouled by Lively. 1:30 to go. Side out of bounds for the Spurs. They're not in the bonus yet. Flagg 0 for 2, zeros across the board, but a good defensive play on the previous possession there. Wemby has it up top, coming to his right. Pump fakes from 3, up top to Harper, back to Wemby. Wemby, two-handed slam in the paint. As Wemby had to hold on to the rim because Lively was right under him. Cooper Flagg bringing it down against Johnson. Coming to his left off of a Lively screen, and they get Lively with the moving screen. Good ball pressure from Keldon Johnson there, forcing the turnover. McLaughlin has it up top, coming to his right. Ball pressure from Christie. Gets it over to Harper. Harper over to Wemby. Wemby coming to his right off the screen. Dancing with it against Lively. Now coming to his left. Half spin. Driving it down. Gets caught in the air. Kicks it out. Wide open McLaughlin left corner. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Cooper Flagg comes down with it for his first rebound of his career. Bringing it down. Gets it out to Russell. Kicks it in the corner. Beautiful pass over to Max Christie. Wide open corner 3. Can't get it to go. Good box out and rebound. Keldon Johnson able to come in from the weak side to snag it. Harper hands it off to Johnson. Johnson back to Harper. Harper over to Wemby. Catches it on the run. Driving to his right. Takes his 2 steps. Gets fouled by Lively. Back to the foul line for Victor Wembanyama with 36 seconds to go. And another foul racked up to Lively. That is the 3rd foul on Derek Lively. Trying to get him up out of the game. Knicks fan said, Jazz putting it to the clips. Yeah, we just went through the box scores, Knicks fan. You're really putting it to the clips. We have not looked at any of the games that have wrapped up yet. So we'll do that during the end of the first quarter here. We got 36 seconds to go. Wemby knocks down the first free throw. Can tie it up here. R said, turns out Ace's manager had a background deal with the Wizards that he would steer Ace to them in exchange for the Wizards giving an NBA shot to the manager's son. That's nasty. That is nasty dealings. I still would have been good on the Wizards, but hey, man, get drafted as high as you can. Right? Get drafted as high as you can. Wemby misses the second free throw. 27-26, 30 seconds to go. Russell bringing it down against McLaughlin, driving to his right. Driving it down, and McLaughlin fouls Russell on the floor. I want to go through the box score of this game because it's interesting that they're playing McLaughlin here. Did not think he was going to be a part of the rotation. I know De'Aaron Fox is out with an injury, but I feel like Harper, Castle, and maybe just a combination of those 2 guys would be good enough. In terms of ball handling, I feel like you got enough ball handlers. You could also have Vassell handle the ball a little bit. Maybe even a Keldon Johnson. Wemby's going to do a lot of ball handling. I said Ace found out about it and fired his manager. Good for Ace. Great for Ace. Great decision then. Sucks he was involved in that situation to begin with. Russell knocked down both free throws. They were in the bonus. It was on the floor, but they were in the bonus. McLaughlin has it up top, being guarded by Christie. Dancing with it. Coming to his right. Gets it over to Wembanyama. Wembanyama has it in the high post, being guarded by Marshall. Backing down Marshall. Little fall-away jumper in the paint. Splashes it nothing on that. Excellent defense. Looked like he was off balance. Didn't matter. Doesn't matter. Russell's going to fire a half-court heave. Can't get it to go, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. 28-29. Dallas exits with a 1-point lead. Wembanyama ends that quarter with 11 first-quarter points to start the year. Wemby already on track to go after that MVP trophy. Let's continue to go around the league a little bit, y'all. Let's do it. Let's do it. I like this one. I like this. Not too big, the box scores. Not too big. I like this one. Still readable, but also I feel like I'm the same size as the box scores. I think the box scores are too big the other way. But yeah, not much to go over here. Just wanted to see some of the rookies. Igor Demin, 4 for 6 from 3-point range. That's a good sign for them. 16 points, 5 boards, 2 assists for Igor Demin. Okay. Nolan Traore didn't play much, 9 minutes. We know what's his name is out with injury. Danny Wolf was another first-round pick by them. Keenar said, nice turnaround by Wemby. Nobody can stop that except God. Yeah, the only person who can guard Wembanyama on that move is Wembanyama. If he loses the ball or just happens to miss a shot, it's the best defense you could play. That is the best defense you can play for sure. All right. Let's go through the rest of these box scores here. Let's go down to the completed games already. Knicks Cavs. We saw Hornets beat the Nets. Oh, we also didn't go over the Hornets box score. I'm doing a bad job of that. Not just the Nets, but let's look at the Hornets real quick. Brandon Miller, 25 points per game to start the year. LaMelo Ball, 20 and 8 to start the season. Also, 7 assists for Brandon Miller. Okay. Con Knipple in his NBA debut, 11 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist. Okay. Diabite off the bench, 13 points. Tejan Salon, 4 for 7 from the field, 2 for 3 from 3-point range, 10 points, 4 boards, and assists. Tejan Salon maybe coming around. Don't sell your Tejan Salon stock yet. I said show us LaMelo. 20 points, 8 assists for LaMelo. How many turnovers? Only 3 turnovers for LaMelo. Good game for LaMelo Ball there. 2 for 5 from the free throw line. Got to knock down your free throws. 4 for 8 from 3-point range. 4 for 7 for 15 from the field. Colin Sexton off the bench with 15. Led the way. Trey Mann with 12. Solana with 10. Zion James with 2. Interesting, Zion James is the guy they're going with off the bench instead of like a guy like McNeely, but Zion James earning it. All right, we're coming back into the game, or not yet? So the second quarter? Not yet. The Heat beat the Magic on a comeback for the Orlando Magic. Kalkbrenner, nice line. Oh, I didn't notice Kalkbrenner. My bad, Keenar. My bad, everybody. Kalkbrenner? Did he start? Oh, he did start. I completely jumped right over him. 10 points, 11 rebounds, 5 of them offensive. 2 block shots, 4 turnovers, though. It was not great for a center. 4 personal fouls. But really nice stat line for his NBA debut. Ryan Kalkbrenner. Okay, they may have found a guy. They may, not maybe. I think they have found a guy, for sure. MBM, what's up, MBM? Great win for our Knicks, absolutely. Absolutely great win for our Knicks. I jumped right over Kalkbrenner. My bad. So we went over the Knicks, Cavs, Nets, Hornets we went over, Heat, Magic. Real quick, let's take a look at the box score before we get back to this game. The Magic led for most of the way. Gave it up at the end there. Orlando, nice spirited comeback. Not really interested in the Heat here. Powell with 28. Okay. Bam with 15 and 12. Davion Mitchell with 16, 12 assists. Okay, Davion Mitchell. All right, we're back into the game. Let's get right to it. Klay Thompson makes a 19-foot pull-up shot off a screen. Cool. 31-28, start of the second quarter. Barnes has it up top, being guarded by P.J. Washington. Barnes swings through to his left, putting his head down, attacking. Baseline fall-away jumper, got it to go over P.J. Washington. Okay, Harrison Barnes turning the clock back just a little bit. Cooper Flagg has yet to score. He has it on the left wing, being guarded by Castle. Got the size and strength advantage here against Castle. Cross-court pass to nobody's. Castle picks it off. He's off and running. Euro steps down the lane. Scoop lay with the right hand. Got it to go. Give me the and one. Stephon Castle. Getting the layup to go over Flagg, over a chase down from, is that Dwight Powell? From Dwight Powell, sending Castle to the foul line for one more. Excellent defense from Stephon Castle. Lazy pass from Cooper Flagg there. Said Castle was an excellent defender. I really like him. I really liked him, especially during the draft process. Obviously a UConn fan around here, but got 9 points tonight, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. He's 3 for 3 from the field. Now he's at the foul line. He can get up to 10. You got him, Harper, and Wemby moving forward as a young core as he misses a free throw. Can't be missing free throws, y'all. Come on, man. Get your free throws to go down. Ryan Nembhard bringing it down on the left wing, being guarded by Carter Bryant, the 10th overall pick for the Spurs in this past draft. To get it over to Flagg, being guarded by Bryant. Flag has it on the right block. And a defensive 3 seconds on Wembanyama standing in the paint too long. Hit him with the 3 seconds. Mark said Cooper playing trigger shot. He is. You could see the nerves. You could see the nerves on Cooper Flag here tonight. He had an open walk-in 3, and he decided not to take it earlier in the game. Walked into a tougher mid-range jumper. Got to take that 3, man. Chris Baskerville said, I need 10 points from Flag and 4 assists from D'Lo. I think you're going to get 10 points from Flag. Flag will settle down as the game goes on. He'll play much better as we go. Tied at 32 as Klay Thompson gets the technical free throw to go down. Under 11, they get it over to Thompson on the handoff. Attacking to his left. Mid-range pull-up jumper over Champagnie. Hit the side of the backboard. But a loose ball foul on, is that Carter Bryant? Come on, man. Sloppy game. Fouls being called left and right. Unless the refs are just calling it extremely tight so far. $10:46 to go. Mark said 18-year-old is crazy. Yeah, man. Ryan Nembhard spins, throws it to nobody. Turnover by the Mavericks. There's a rookie mistake from Ryan Nembhard, who has played excellently so far. I said, remember he had nerves early freshman year at Duke till he found his stroke. Yeah, he's going to be fine. I don't think anybody's really worried about Cooper Flag, but you could see the nerves in his first NBA game here for sure. Stephon Castle down the lane, throws a lob up to Wemby, and he able to corral it and throw it up and in. And I think they're going to give him the and one. I believe they're going to give him the and one. He was fouled on the lob attempt. Or are they going to call it on the floor? I think they're going to call it on the floor before he grabs the lob. Yep. So side out of bounds. Wemby has it up top and gets fouled by Dwight Powell. Wemby just racking up the fouls. And now he's on the floor holding the right knee. Might have been knee-to-knee contact, but he's going to pop right back up. He seems fine. So they're racking up the fouls already to start this quarter. Keenan said Wemby can hit an alley-oop if the ball is somewhere within like 15 feet of him. He can. Castle just threw it up there, and Wemby threw it down. Wemby settles for the pull-up 3, can't get it to go. Flag with another rebound. Here comes Ryan Nembhard. Nembhard has it up top, hands it off to Flag. Flag coming to his left, spins to his right, pulls it back, dancing with it against Bryant, crossing over to his left in the paint. Wemby's there, so he's got to kick it out. Nembhard has it up top, pulling it all the way back out. Cross-court over to Washington. Washington mid-range pull-up jumper over Wemby, and he got it to go. Not an easy shot. Mid-range jumper over Wemby. Castle bringing it down the other way. Got the rookie Nembhard guarding him. Castle crossing over, down the lane, scoop. Down, ooh, lefty layup, can't get it to go. A lot of contact, no foul call. Flag, another rebound here. Here comes Nembhard. Nembhard pushing the pace the other way against Bryant. Takes it in the corner to Washington. Sets his feet, fires the right corner 3. Gets it to go down. P.J. Washington, who had to exit the game early with foul trouble, is now lighting it up. 37-32, 9:30 to go here in the second quarter. Castle bringing it down against Nembhard. Has it up top, sprays it over to Champagnie. Champagnie pump fakes. Hands it off to Wemby. Wemby on the left wing, driving it down. Mid-range pull-up jumper for Wembanyama. Too strong, can't get it to go. Cooper Flag with the rebound. He's pushing it the other way. Flag up top, dancing with it against Castle. Hands it off to Nembhard. A left wing 3 for Nembhard. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Champagnie has it. Home run pass to Castle. Castle going to use the athleticism. Goes up, two-handed slam. Got it to go. Beautiful pass from Julian Champagnie. 34-37, a back-and-forth affair so far. So far, all of these opening NBA games has been spectacular. Nembhard gets it over to Powell. Cooper Flag still scoreless here tonight in his NBA debut. Nembhard, all it takes is one before he can get it going. Klay Thompson coming to his right. Got no space, just chucks it up. Can't get it to go. Castle skying for the rebound. Rips it away from Powell. Castle waving off the defense. Waving off his offensive plays. Oh, my goodness. Castle with the lob. Reverse dunk for Victor Wembanyama. And Wemby's hyped. Wemby is hyped knowing he's playing with real point guards out there. You can get him the ball. Castle just throws it up there. Who said it earlier? Was it Kinahara? You can throw it anywhere near the rim. Wemby can go get it. In transition, Castle was waving everybody down. I got you. I got the rebound. Everybody run down. Stop running with me. Run ahead of me. I'll throw the hit-ahead pass. And Castle throws the lob as soon as he passes half court up to Wembanyama for the reverse dunk. My goodness. My goodness. Mark said, bro, that was wild. That was wild. Did not see that one coming. I said, like I said regarding Wemby, absolutely. Anywhere within a 15-foot range, that man can go up and go get it. I was too busy celebrating. I didn't even give him the 2 points. 36-37. 8:30 to go here in the second quarter. Chris said Pistons fighting back. All right, back to the box scores. Back to the box scores. We were looking at the Magic box scores. Paolo with 24. Franz with 24. Bane with 23. So the big three stepping up there. Jalen Suggs was available tonight for the opener. 14 points, probably his usual brand of good defense as well. Let's look at the games that are currently going on. Chicago holding on to a 3-point lead with 26.7 seconds to go. Should we pull that game up real quick just to watch the ending of it? I'm going to pull it up real quick on League Pass. Why am I not signed in? Why am I not signed in to NBA League Pass? Why is that the case? Why is my caps lock on? Password? I don't remember the password. Why am I signed out to begin with? Okay, I remember the password. We're in. Okay. Out of bounds. Chicago still leading by 1. They say out of bounds off of Giddey. Chris said 1-point game. Yeah, 112-111. And Detroit will get the ball back with 12.7 seconds to go. So they'll have a chance to win it here. The start of this NBA season. My goodness. I got that game up on screen. We'll go back to covering. Actually, we'll watch the end of this game. And then we'll get back to Spurs Mavs. Keenar said, it's like if Dr. J had a baby with Manute Bol. What? That's a crazy one. I think that might be the craziest one I've heard. Looks like that might be out on Cade Cunningham. But I don't know if they have a challenge available. Pistons were the ones that called the timeout anyway. Mark said Pels down by 1 as well. That's 1:32 to go. So maybe we'll tune into this one right after this one. And then we'll get back to Spurs Mavs. We're going to cover all 3 games. We got to get it. I got to figure something out because we might want to do a NFL Red Zone-esque type of show one of these nights, right? We might want to figure that one out. We might figure that one out, y'all. But that Spurs Mavs game is back. But I want to stay here with Pistons Bulls just to watch the end of it. We got 12.7 seconds to go in that game. Right? We got 12.7 seconds to go here. Mark said triple box. Hey, we might try some things this season, Mark. We might try some things. We might try to go NFL Red Zone here. What would we call it? We got to come up with a name for it, right? NFL Red Zone's a great title because obviously they tune in to every time a team enters the red zone. Mark the Octobox. What would we call it though? We got to come up with a good name. What would you call it for like a basketball version of NFL Red Zone? What do we call it? Right? It's obviously got to be like a basketball name. Coast to Coast was already like an ESPN thing. I don't know if we could call it Coast to Coast. That would have been the perfect name. The Fast Break, right? The Chef Mix. I mean, that's like a chefy thing, but it's also got to have a basketball tinge to it. Chris Baskerville in the paint, but it's also got to signify that we're bouncing around the league a little bit. I said, "Whoa, Jazz Clippers, yeah, Clippers getting smoked off the court tonight." 91-54. Oh, my goodness. To debut an NBA opening game where you don't show up, Clippers? That's embarrassing. Grizzlies up by 2 with under a minute to go. We do have the coach's challenge here. Call overturned, so it's going to go back to the Bulls. Ball's going to go back to the Bulls here. So they had to wait for the Pistons timeout to be over, and then the Bulls had to call a timeout to use a challenge. They put 13.8 back on the clock. Hart said, Clips under a big cloud with that Kawhi nonsense and Steve Ballmer. Yeah, but like, once the ball's rolled out there, you should still be able to perform, right? Hart said, shout out Pablo Torre. Yeah, blew the lid off of that one. Actually, they called a foul in Detroit. It was an approximate foul, probably on Cade Cunningham. So Giddey's at the foul line for 2 free throws. Yeah, we got to figure out a setup. We got to brainstorm a name as a community. During the next stream, when we got obviously majority of the community in the chat again, we got to brainstorm a name for going around the league. Right? We could also do it where we go live for the first game of the night if it's on like a stacked. Chris said beyond the arc. Not bad, not bad. In the paint, beyond the arc, not bad. I like those. Giddey's at the foul line. He knocks down the first one. Gives them a 2-point lead and give them a 3-point lead. The game's not over yet, obviously. AB said a lot of high scores tonight for sure. For sure. Globetrotting's not bad. I like globetrotting. Full court press. I think full court press is in use. See, Coast to Coast would have been the perfect name, but I think ESPN has a show called Coast to Coast, right? Giddey knocks down both free throws. Another timeout from the Pistons. Let's see what their final play is going to be coming out of the timeout. The dog catcher said Sheffy's Mobile Kitchen. We got to have a basketball kind of aspect to it, though, as well. Right? Because if I put it in the title of the streams, people have to understand that we're going around the league. Right? Can't just be around the association. Right? Globetrotting the association. What do we call it? Tobias Harris corner 3, Chris? I don't know. I might go crazy if I get gamed on by Tobias Harris. Not a Tobias Harris corner 3. Sheffy's Hoops Loop. Not bad. Not bad. There's something there. Run the Weave. Run the Weave's not bad. I like that, Kinhara. I like that. We're going to brainstorm it for a while. I think we did get the hardest opponent tonight with the Cavs. I mean, yeah. I mean, the Cavs were missing some guys. Obviously, the Knicks were missing some guys. It's just a good matchup. It's a good matchup, Knicks and Cavs tonight. It was probably the best game we're going to have tonight. I mean, we'll see how the Spurs-Mavs game goes. But here we go. We're coming back out for Detroit. They're going to inbound it. They come out with Cade, Stewart, Harris, Duncan Robinson. They obviously need a 3. And who is that? Ivy? So Harris will be the inbounder. They have 13.8 on the clock, so more than enough time to actually run some offense here. Good ball denial from the Bulls. They get it into Cunningham. He's going to step back, tough step back 3. Well short. Harris with the rebound, dribbling it behind the line. Just going to chuck it up. Terrible offense. Terrible offense. The Bulls with the rebound, and that's going to be it. That's going to be it. Detroit's going to lose it. Sheffy's front court. Sheffy's full court press. Sheffy presents the full court press. Hold on, the full court press. We might have to look to see if that's in use as a show name. We might have to see if that's in use around the world. I like Sheffy's full court press, right? Especially with the full court press coming into play this NBA season. A lot of teams pressing full court right now. All right, back to the Spurs-Mavs game. Let's update our scoreboard finally. So it's 41-42. Both teams going back and forth. Harper's at the foul line, misses the first free throw. Also, let's let our timer tick. Dallas has 42, so if we give 3 there, 41-42. Harper's at the foul line for 1 more. Jose said Sheffy dishes the dimes. Mark said Sheffy's fast break. Keanu Bryant, Sheffy's runaround. He's not bad. He's not bad. Might have to write some of these down, y'all. Hold on. Y'all might be cooking right now. Y'all might be cooking. AB said, watch the league carry the Lakers again this season? I don't think so, brother. The league has not carried the Lakers since, 2020. Way too obsessed with the Lakers, brother. D'Angelo Russell driving it down. Harper missed both free throws. Najee Marshall in the paint, puts up the floater, can't get it to go, but they call a late foul on Keldon Johnson. I'm going to send Marshall to the foul line for 2 free throws. We're going to let our timer tick down to 5 minutes here. Hold on. Let me write some of these down. That's it. Fast break. I like that. Good call. Hold on. Let me write some of these down. Hold on, yo. Hold on. I got my little sticky notepad right here. Got the fast break. Got the full court press. What else we got? Fish and the dimes. I think those first 2 are my favorites so far. Put fast break down. NBA runaround, not bad. Yeah, I like that one. Okay, hold on. We gonna cook. We gonna start a new show around here, right? Instead of covering one game at a time, there might be nights where we want to cover everything, and we go around the whole league, right? Maybe we have a setup for the Gamecast where we have every single team's Gamecast up. Anthony Davis very frustrated, feeling he's getting fouled down low. Here come the Spurs pushing it the other way. Cross-court pass. Barnes can't knock down the left corner 3, but we're tied at 43. So boom, boom. There we go. 4 minutes to go. Russell has it up top, coming to his left off the Davis screen, gets it over to Washington. Washington, a left wing 3. Knocks it down. PJ Washington in fuego, carrying his team here. Can't believe the Hornets just willingly gave that guy up. NBA Roundup. I feel like that was a show back in the day, no? Mark said, I love that idea, honestly. Yeah, I mean, on a night like tonight, obviously we want to check into the Spurs-Mavericks game. That's what I wanted to do. That's the plan, and we'll stick to the plan, obviously. But NBA opening week, I want to go through all of these games. Also, Grizzlies-Pelicans, how close is that still? No, 5.6 to go. Grizzlies will pull that one out. Clippers-Jazz getting smoked. But it's the kind of thing where I got NBA League Pass. I got all these streaming services, so might as well get the most bang out of our butt. So we could have a night where instead of covering one game specifically, we'll bounce around to as many games as possible. You guys can let me know, oh, wait, the Kings Spurs is a good game. Tune into that one real quick. And then I'll pull that NBA League Pass game up. Obviously Knicks games will just cover the Knicks, and then other nights we might want to cover a specific game. But I think there are going to be nights where we're going to want to cover, especially on a stacked night like tonight where we got a bunch of games going on. It's good. It would be really fun to bounce around the league a bunch, right? And it's the kind of thing where we can start going live, in the East here at 7:30, and then we can go all the way to 1 o'clock, and we could have a 4 or 5 hour show going around the league. A nice long stream. I'd like that. And it would also give us more to cover, because sometimes we're watching a game, right? Sometimes we pick a game, and it's not the greatest game. And then we're kind of stuck watching that because I have to set up all this stuff. But if we have a setup where we can bounce around other games in the league, it might be beneficial for us. So what else are we at? We got the runaround. We got the full court press. Sheffy's Juniors League Pass. But you can't really use League Pass because that's copyrighted. League Pass is great. I just wonder if license. Yeah. League Pass would be great, but the license. Mark said, yeah, if it sucks, bounce it. Yeah. Just having the opportunity to do that, because for here's how all of this works, which is part of the reason why we had the Knicks stream and then why I wanted to end that stream to jump over to this stream. Part of the reason for that is because I have to go in and change the thumbnail. I would have to go in and change the title if we're bouncing over to another game. And it just takes time to set up when I really want to sit at the computer and do it. But Hoops Review, Chevy's Hoops Review, not bad. Not bad. I'm going to write that down too as well. Keep feeding them to me. We'll keep writing them down. I'll brainstorm more on my off time as well. It's terrible handwriting right now as I'm writing it in my palm, but love the expansion. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do, AP. Just do more stuff because, you know, if I'm being real with you on the behind-the-scenes stuff in terms of like channel growth and stuff like that, stuff that doesn't matter to you guys, doesn't matter to the channel overall, honestly doesn't matter too much to me. But if you want to continue to make content and actually make it like a business, the Knicks market is very saturated. Right? There's a lot of people making Knicks content. A lot of people making really good Knicks content. You know, like even Knicks Fan TV has now expanded to doing live play-by-play. And so whereas before, where a lot of people were getting funneled to our community and our channel, we were expanding really, really easily and really naturally. Now a lot of people are being pushed over to Knicks Fan TV because they have the larger audience, they have more subscribers, they have more people talking. So while no shade to them, I feel like I put on maybe a better show with my play-by-play and my commentary. Like that's something that I pride myself on. I'm very confident in that. You know, they have the larger audience, and so would you rather go to the stream that's got 100 people or go to the stream that has 600 people? Like, well, that's a bigger community. There's more people to talk to. You know, if you were a newer viewer looking for a community to be a part of, they would go over to Knicks Fan TV. Mark said, you're better play-by-play, hands down. I appreciate that, Mark. But, like, some people aren't necessarily going for the play-by-play. Some people are going for the community aspect of it, and they have the larger community. And so a lot of people get fed over to Knicks Fan TV. And, again, no shade to them. I love Knicks Fan TV. And if I wasn't doing it, I would definitely probably be in that community during the games, watching the play-by-play, you know, hanging out with a bunch of people. But, you know, they are the bigger giant. And so a lot of people get funneled over to that channel. A lot of people get funneled over to Knicks Film School and you know, a lot of people, Knicks Now Chat, whatever it's called, Knicks Now Chat. Hooper Flag gets called with the goat tag. So, you know, they also have a very large community, and so a lot of people get funneled to them as well. And no shade to those guys at all. Like, it's just, and I'm not like, oh, how dare they get, you know, more people following them than me. It's just, you know, just that live look-ins is good. Live look-ins is good. CP is very involved in the franchise now. I don't know if he's very involved. I think he has people who can let him know things, right? Davis turns it over. Cornette. Cross court to Harper. I think Harper got to take that three, man. Got to take that three, Harper. Live look-ins I like. Wemby being guarded by Washington and with the pump fake all the way to the rim with the reverse dunk and one. Wembenyama highlight factory here tonight. My goodness, Wemby. My man is playing Nerf basketball out there. My man is playing Nerf basketball out there. Judge That's and Marshall Green does Knicks chat. He's loud but good at Giants and Knicks. Yeah. Shout out Marshall. Shout out the Knicks. What is it? Knicks chat now. Knicks Now chat. Something like that. Shout out to them. They do a pretty good job. Same with Knicks Fan TV. They do a pretty good job with their play-by-play. You know, I'm very confident in the kind of play-by-play and commentary I give, but I'm not saying they're bad at all. They're very good at what they do. Marshall Green does Knicks Now. Oh, yeah, Marshall. Yeah, Marshall's good. And that whole community they have there is fun. It's a fun hang. But like I said, like they have a large chunk of the community during play-by-plays. Same with Knicks Fan TV. And so trying to grow just with the Knicks community, it would be very slow if I just stuck with Knicks. I also watch basketball. So I think going around the league and just going live on a nightly basis is a good way of growing the community while still being able to grow the Knicks community of being able to put on the Knicks play-by-play stuff, right? Wemby did knock down his and one free throw as well. Davis has it up top, dancing with it against Wemby. A beautiful matchup. Mid-range pull-up jumper, settles for it, air ball. Vassell with the rebound. Jose, front row play-by-play. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Wembanyama dancing with it against Davis. Wemby up top, driving to his right against Davis. Stop, turn, pump fake, leans in. Little fall away, draws the foul, and one for Wembanyama. Davis is incredulous. Can't believe the call. Wemby taking this game over. He is taking this game over. Mark, Wemby is going off. He is going off right now. Just that's your NBA knowledge is elite. I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that. I'm just a fan talking about basketball. When you watch a lot about basketball, you can talk about basketball, you know? You know, I said, geez, that's a 7'6" player. That is crazy. There's nothing you can do about that. Anthony Davis is an all-world defender, one of the best defenders in the league. There's nothing he can do about that. Not a single thing. Not a single thing. I should probably put the game cast up, by the way, as well. I'm slacking. We're just having conversations at this point. Wemby's up to 21 points and 7 rebounds. Davis has to come out of the game. I believe that's his 4th foul. Cooper flag, still scoreless. Only taking the 2 shots. They turn it over yet again. Vassell all the way down. Gets the layup to go over Thompson and Dwight Powell. And one. Another and one. Vassell going to the foul line for one more. Hooping on him. 55-48 now. 1:30 to go. Spurs are going to be dangerous, man. You know, I said Wemby worked with Akeem this summer, and I think I just saw the results, yeah. Jose NYC said, front row for the fans. Appreciate you. That's a good tagline. It's a good tagline. Just that said, Marshall did a flag football championship game, too. It was funny. That sounds a great idea. Sounds like a great idea. I thought about doing FIBA basketball over the summer. You know, we even tuned in for Summer League basketball, which is something that for a while I was against, just because Summer League basketball isn't all that great. Cooper flag turns it over. Johnson has it. Hit ahead to Harper. Harper gets the layup to go. The Spurs turning defense to offense, and the Dallas is really struggling with the ball pressure right now. The issue of missing Kyrie Irving. I'm going to write that down. Write that down, Jose. Front row for the fans. Taking a little bit from Knicks Fan TV, of course. Lamar said we could do something like NFL Red Zone. We're gonna try it. We're gonna try it out this season. I should have thought about this in the preseason and set something up. But you know, like I said, it's gonna be an evolution throughout this season. We're gonna continue to make the stream better. We already got player graphics. One of the things that I didn't have time to do is I wanted to make team-specific graphics so we could do team versus team on a side-by-side and look at the team stats. But NBA Live tonight is not bad, except I'm pretty sure NBA Live is copywritten by EA. Like I'm pretty sure they still have the rights to NBA Live. You know, if you add in tonight, it might be some leeway there, NBA Live tonight, but I'm going to write that down because obviously it's a good name. I do like full court press or some of the other ones we had. Fast break. The NBA runarounds are not bad. The live look-ins. We can call it the live look-ins, but I don't know if that's the name of the show. AB said my lineup, Knicks Real Talk, pre-game Sheffy, in-game Streets Are Buzzing, post-game Knicks Fan TV, early afternoon, objective Knicks Fan, late night, SKF, the big weekend show. I mean, like, you know, you're making my point in the fact that there's a lot of Knicks content creators out there, right? So I'd like to just diversify a little bit by also doing NBA coverage all around. A lot of people like to separate. I've seen like Knicks content creators also kind of separate their NBA coverage from their Knicks coverage. It's all basketball. It's all basketball. So it's all going to stay on the one channel. Wemby with the chase down block on Thompson. Looked like a goaltend, but I guess he just got to it. Castle down the lane. Contact. And a late foul call is going to send Castle to the foul line for 2 free throws. He took a tough fall into the stands. 57-48. They're trying to take a double-digit lead here. Just that to the flag. -17. Yikes. Side-eye, I know. NBA speedrun's not bad. Speedrun's not bad. I like speedrun. You know, some of these could also be segments during the show or anything like that. I'm going to write them all down. You guys got some good names. My handwriting while I'm doing this is so bad. Just because I'm like scribbling it as fast as I can. 4 quarters is a good one. 4 quarters is a good one. The faded 5th quarter, though. What happens when we get to the faded 5th quarter? Right? What happens? NBA multi-box isn't bad. Jeffy, all you can eat? I don't know about that one. NBA multi-box. I'm going to write it down. I'm going to write all these down. And we'll figure it out. We'll brainstorm it. We'll come up with some ideas. We'll come up with some segments. Flag, nice pass inside the Powell. They kick it out. Thompson in an open corner 3. He can't get it to go. Ball right back to Thompson. He's going to fire right back up, and that one goes down for Klay Thompson. Finally puts an end to the run a little bit. Castle did split the free throws. So 58-51, 20 seconds to go. My timer has just ticked out. Castle has it up top. He's going to wind down the clock as much as possible. 5-second difference between game clock and shot clock. Now he's going to look to attack. Pump fake, shovels it inside to Harper, hangs in the air, and gets the layup to go. 9-point lead. Thompson bringing it down. Loses the ball out of bounds. Man. NBA buffet, and NBA buffet, something like that. Just NBA rotisserie. NBA buffet is not bad. That's a silly one. That's a fun one. NBA to the minute's not bad. I like that. NBA to the minute. That is our halftime score, 60-51, by the way. So we're going to continue to go around the league. Mark said, nah. I like NBA to the minute, though. I'm going to write them down. You know, just write them down. I'll make a decision. Segment for sure? Yeah, for sure. For sure. Like, a lot of these will probably end up being segments of something, you know? Like, if we do NBA speedrun, and the end of the night, NBA speedrun, let's run real quick down what the final scores of all the games are, you know? Something like that. High scores or NBA buffet, 50-plus a game. Right, NBA buffet, we'll go through the high scores of the night, stuff like that. For something like this is when I would have loved to have somebody who could help on the producing side, because they could take care of a lot of the work on the back end while I'm doing the streams. Because now that the regular season has started, I'm going to be updating all of these player profiles in between games. So I'm not going to have a ton of time. You know, like Saturday, I'm going to take off of streaming because the Knicks play Sunday, and I need at least one day a week. So I'll take off on Sunday. I'll take streaming off Saturday, and that'll be the day that I work to try and, you know, get stuff like this off the ground. But I also have to make sure I get player graphics ready for the week. So, AP reminding people with the thumbs up. Appreciate you, AP. I appreciate you. I think we're pretty good on thumbs up. We got 32 here, 22 likes. 11 p.m. alert. We're on our way. We're on our way. Jose said that's what you have you for. It's just a lot of work. Just a lot of work. Just Dad said your schedule was loaded until February, basically. Yeah, and then we get the All-Star break in February, I guess. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm sure a day will come where we'll be like, a random Wednesday. We'll do the Knicks game on Tuesday, and then Wednesday be like, guys, you know what? I got to take the day off. I got to rest, and so there'll be days like I'm not gonna burn myself out, outside of the weekends that I plan on taking off, the weekend days that I plan on taking off. That I'm sure I'll be like, you know what? No stream tomorrow. I need the rest day. Like we had a late game yesterday with a double overtime period. I woke up, my throat was killing me. Today I was like, all right, just gotta make sure I'm ready for the next game. But then there's that NBA Cup coverage. True, NBA Cup coverage. That could be a segment earlier in the year before we get to the NBA Cup. I do know, as a matter of fact, while we're here, we could also look at tomorrow, here at halftime, we could also look at tomorrow's scores to see what game we're going to do tomorrow. Got Thunder Pacers. Not really interested with no Halliburton on Thunder Pacers. And then we got Nuggets Warriors on the late game. I guess we'll do Thunder Pacers. The only other game to watch. I guess we'll do Thunder Pacers tomorrow. All right. Another Thunder game. Okay. Friday we have the Knicks, so we don't have to worry about that. And then Saturday I'm taking off because Sunday the Knicks take on the Heat. Just that's the problem that you have to get sponsorship from gambling sites nowadays. Yeah. I mean, I have been reached out to by a gambling site or two, and I did not respond just because I don't feel great about being a spokesperson for advertising when I'm not a big bettor. Like I think betting is fun. The amount of money I've ever bet, like, back when I would throw like $25 in a FanDuel account, and then I'd bet like $1. Make a parlay, bet $1. Mark said, I'm ducking out. Have a great night, guys. I'll check in tomorrow, Friday night, Knicks for sure. Great time, Chefy. Thanks, man. Appreciate you, Mark. Appreciate you, brother. Good night. Get a good night's rest. Let's get ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow we got a nice easy one, Thunder Pacers. Cool. And then we have Knicks on Friday. Friday night Knicks. NBA Minutes a Minute. I think that was a show, though. I think that was a show on NBA TV, NBA Minutes a Minute, right? Could be going crazy, but I'm going to write it down. Write it down. I'm running out of sticky notes here. I'm going to go back into my sticky note reserves. Just that's a Knicks bust up the Heat probably Sunday, so should be easy. Hopefully. I mean, the Heat took it to the Orlando Magic tonight, and the Magic had to have a rousing comeback in order to pull off the victory. But the Knicks are a little bit better than the Magic, so I think they won't have too many issues with the Miami Heat, especially if they played the way that they played tonight. It looked good. It looked real good. So let's go around the league. Let's practice going around the league. We were continuing going over. The Raptors ended up blowing out the Hawks by 20 tonight. What a disappointing end for the Hawks. Well, I've been talking up the Hawks all preseason, all offseason. So real quick, we'll take a look at it. Let's make our box scores just a little bit bigger so you guys can see it a little bit better. There we go. Brandon Ingram, 16 points, 7 of 16 from the field. Not too efficient, but ended his way to 16 points, 9 boards, 3 assists, 2 steals, 5 turnovers. Not good for Brandon Ingram. Let me get my pointer back out. RJ led the way with 25 points tonight. 25 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, doing a little bit of everything for RJ. Taking the step up that I always wanted him to take in terms of being more of a playmaker and doing a little bit more of everything. Scotty Barnes, 9 for 14 from the field for 22 points. Didn't take a 3. 9 boards, an assist, 2 blocks, a steal, doing a little bit of everything. Did pick up the 4 fouls. Pirtle with 14, 6, and 2. Quickly with 13, 4, and 8. Trying to be a true point guard out there. 0 for 7 from three-point range, though. Got to get them three-point shots up, brother. Oh, Brunson did not shooting well tonight either. Grady Dick off the bench. 21 points for Grady Dick, a plus 18. 6 for 10 from the floor, 2 for 4 from three-point range. A huge season incoming for Grady Dick. Wow. Jamal Shead off the bench with 10. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? A 6-man rotation. Mamu Kalashvili came off the bench with 7, 4, and 3. Shout out Mamu. As for the Atlanta Hawks, I mean, everybody played, right? Everybody played. Trae Young, Dyson Daniels, Jalen Johnson, Zachary Rizache, Kristaps Porzingis, and yet, only 4 points for Dyson Daniels. Wow. Just got paid. Obviously, he's getting paid for his defense more than anything, but can't have a 4-point outing, Dyson Daniels. Not on opening night. Trae Young getting to the foul line, 11-13 from free throw line, 22 points. Only 5 assists for Trae Young tonight? That's a bad sign. Shots must have not been going down. Porzingis, 4 for 7 from three-point range. He had 20. Jalen Johnson had 22. 22, 7, and 8 for Jalen Johnson. Zachary Rizache had 16. They got 18 off the bench from Okongwu. Obviously, offense was not the issue. They allowed the Raptors to put up 138 on them. 18 for Okongwu off the bench. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 10. 2 for 15 from the floor, though. Oof. Just that's it. A lot of jersey swaps for Grady. True. Just that 138 is a lot. Yeah, that's some bad defense from Atlanta. So maybe, I thought the defense was going to be perfectly fine because you got Porzingis as the rim protector. You got Daniels along with Johnson and Rizache, who are decent, wing defenders. And then you have Alexander Walker coming in off the bench with Okongwu. Like, you got defenders. Allowing 138 to a wonky Toronto team. They shoot it crazy from the field from 3. No, they hit 6 threes tonight. They hit 6 3-pointers tonight, and they still put up 138. That's just bad defense from Atlanta. So maybe Atlanta's not ready for primetime the way I thought they were, because that defense looks like it needs some help. Did not expect to see that tonight. We go down to Philly beat Boston. Wow, 117-116 in a close one. See, if we were doing our round the NBA coverage, we would have been able to keep track of all these close games. Joel Embiid got the start tonight, only played 20 minutes, 1 for 9 from the field for 4 points. It was a -16. He looked bad. He looked real bad. Might be over for Joel Embiid in terms of being an all-star level contributor. Tyrese Maxey put up a 40 ball in order to get his team the victory here in opening night. 7 for 9 from three-point range. Wow. VJ Edgecombe, 13 for 26. He was getting him up there. 34 points. NBA debut for VJ Edgecombe. Hold on. I forgot who it was. I think it was Noah Linden during the Knicks stream where he came in and he was like, VJ Edgecombe might be MVP at some point in his career. I was like, hold on. Let's chill on VJ Edgecombe. 34 points in his NBA debut. 7 rebounds, 3 assists. Cooper Flag, he is not. Bashful, he is not. 13 for 26 from the field. 15 for 13 from three-point range. He was getting them up there, man. Getting hard. No Jared McCain. McCain's out with an injury to start the year. He's going to be out for the first month of the year, I believe. But Maxey and VJ Edgecombe, the backcourt of the future, has arrived for Philadelphia. Time to move on from Embiid and Paul George as soon as possible. Not that anybody around the league is looking to add those guys to their team, but time to move on. You have your backcourt of the future as well as having Jared McCain in the back as well and ready to check back in. And they got nothing off the bench. I mean, Quentin Grimes came in, gave him 10. But, in 32 minutes, probably some good defense as well. 5 boards, 5 assists, doing Quentin Grimes things. But they're probably going to need more than 10 points. Justin Edwards didn't give him anything. Didn't play. Wow, wasn't a part of the rotation. Andre Drummond played 3 minutes. Adem Bona played 15. So Bona has won out the backup big man minutes, even with Embiid playing 20. Wow. What about Boston? They started Hauser, Queta, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Payne Pritchard. The expected starting lineup in my eyes. 25 for Derek White, 25 for Jaylen Brown, 16 for Pritchard. 1 for 7 from three-point range for Pritchard. 2 for 4 from Brown. 4 for 13 for Derek White. I said this a lot. We did a couple of Boston Celtics preseason games, and I said this a lot about the Celtics. Expect a lot of these guys' numbers to go up in terms of their counting stats, like points, rebounds, and assists, but expect their efficiencies to plummet. Keenar said, I didn't like Boston. They lost like 60% of their team. Yeah, look, no Tatum. Porzingis gets traded. Holiday gets traded. Horford moves on to Golden State. So your whole front court is gone at that point. Even off the bench, they're playing Boucher. Simons had 13 off the bench. Tillman played 16 minutes. Minot got 14. It's going to be a long year for Boston. I know they're holding their breath until Jason Tatum comes back, but this is not a good roster right there. Hauser is just the three-point shooter, 2 for 6 from three-point range for 8 points tonight, not giving you a whole lot. Quaid at 17. 17, he fouled out, 8 rebounds, no assist though. Derek White, 7 for 20. Jaylen Brown, 9 for 18. Not the worst thing in the world, but not the greatest either. Bulls Pistons we covered, but we didn't go over the box score. Covered the end of that game. The Bulls ended up pulling it out. The Pistons start the year 0-1. All right. Okay. Harris with 10. Cade Cunningham with 23, 7, and 10 himself. He did foul out with 6 fouls. He did have 3 turnovers. 3 turnovers is not bad for a ball handler with the responsibilities that Cade Cunningham has. Duncan Robinson got the start. No. Ivy. Right? Ivy did not play. Ivy remains out for some reason. Maybe he's on that Mitchell Robinson load management early in the year here. But Thompson, All-Star Thompson, 11 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, doing a little bit of everything. He's on triple-double watch. Same with Cade Cunningham. Jalen Duren with 15 and 6. Solid performance. Duncan Robinson in 32 minutes, 2 points. Wow. 1 for 7 from the field, 0 for 5 from three-point range. That is not why they signed you. Malik Beasley, you are not, brother. Malik Beasley, you are not. Isaiah Stewart off the bench, though, 20 points, 10 rebounds in 25 minutes. Wow. Is Isaiah Stewart ready for a leap, or is Chicago just really thin on the front line? Ron Holland off the bench, 19 points. He is primed for a leap coming off his rookie year. Karis LeVert off the bench, giving them Karis LeVert things, 8 points. Solid. said, I mean, geez, we're talking about Minot, Shireman, and Quaida. Seriously. Yeah. I mean, they knew that they had to make a trade, even if they had a successful season last year. They knew they had to make a trade, considering they were in the second apron, and it was likely that they were going to probably move on from Holiday, and maybe Porzingis as well. But once the Tatum injury occurred, it looked like they were going to go into the tank. Now, this is a stack the draft coming up with like the Bansta and Peterson, Boozer. So I'm telling you right now, if the Celtics end up in the lottery and they jump up in the lottery, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to lose my mind if the Celtics get lucky in the lottery, if they end up there. Just that said, hope the Celtics are cold on Friday. It's going to be great. Hopefully we beat them down. said, as I said, I love Duncan and Robinson, but not Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson, not he might enter the historic group of role players who leave Miami and forget how to play basketball. We're talking about the Kendrick Nuns of the world. We're talking about maybe even Duncan Robinson now. The only guy who's ever left Miami, the only role players who's ever left Miami and has continued to stay pretty good has been Max Strus. I said, I like Kessler and Edwards, but not Kessler Edwards. Come on, we don't have to give Kessler Edwards a shot here. He didn't even come up with conversation. Here we go. We're back into this game, by the way. So we'll continue to go around the league when we get time here. Cooper Flagg knocks down his first shot for his NBA career on a mid-range jumper off a handoff from Lively. Okay, there you go, Flagg. Way to get up on the board, big dog. Wemby has it up top. Gets it over to Vassell. Vassell on the mid-range gets it over to Barnes. Now to Wemby in the post, being guarded by Lively. Coming to his right across the lane. Gets to the foul line, fall-away jumper. Way off at the side of the backboard. Not a good shot from Wemby. Cooper Flag driving it down the other way to the rim. Gets blocked by Wembanyama. Wembanyama had the rebound. Ball's knocked loose. We're pushing it the other way for the Spurs. Home run past the Castle. Throws the lob up top. And Vassell with the one-handed put down. And the Spurs continue to run on him. Continuing to run on them. Put the scoreboard back up. My bad. Keenan Hart catching strays. For real, Keenan Hart for real catching strays. Flag getting them shots up. He misses that mid-range shot. Now they get it back to Flag in the post. Turns and fires again. Well short again. Castle bringing it down the other way. Knocked out of bounds off of Castle. Good defense from Flag. Where are we? We're here. Get ourselves situated here with the setup we like. Boom. Boom. We are at 62-55. Here we go. Lively has it up top. Gets it over to Thompson. Thompson, one-legged follow-away jumper. Flashes it. That was the 55th point. My bad. 62-55. 10-17 to go. 2 minutes already gone by here in the third to get it over to Wemby. Wemby has it up top. Hands it off to Vassell. Vassell mid-range jumper over Lively on the late contest. Can't get it to go. Washington with the rebound. We're pushing it down the other way over to Flag. Flag has been very aggressive here in the second half. Gets into the mid-range. Tries to throw a lob. Wemby picks it off. And Cooper Flag is very clearly not ready for the Wembanyama experience. No look pass. Champagny left corner. Nothing but net. For Justin Champagny? Julian Champagny. The Champagny brothers. A 10-point lead is opened up for the Spurs here, taking it right to the Mavs. Washington in the lane. Throws up a lefty hook. Gets it to go down for P.J. Washington, who's been excellent tonight. You know, I said I like Julius and Irving. And also Julius Irving? Hold on. Now we giving credit? Hold on. You like Julius? Shout out my man Julius. Obviously, everybody should like Julius Irving. Man was a hooper for real. Wemby one-on-one against Lively. Throws it above glass. Gets it to go. Nothing you could do about that. Insane. Insane. Washington attacking to his left. He's in. Step back. Throws it over. Wemby just slaps it out of the air from Lively. Why are we still testing Wembanyama in the paint? What are we doing if we're the Dallas Mavericks? What decisions are we making? Crossover from Wemby between the legs. Step back. If he knocks it down, I'm going crazy. He knocks it down and gets fouled by Lively. What? Did I just see what I just saw? A 7'4" demigod dancing with it out on the perimeter. Hold on, between the legs. Hesitation, crossover, between the legs, behind the back, double step back, pull up three, green screen going crazy. Gets fouled and knocks down the step back three. How do you guard that? Maybe you press up on him, don't allow him to dribble, but he's 7'4", then he just blows past you. That's the craziest thing I've seen Wembanyama do. That's the crazy, of all the crazy things he's done, that's the craziest thing I've seen him do. He was looking like Kyrie Irving with the handle step back three, and he got fouled. What was that? My mind is blown. Flag attacking Wemby, goes up, can't get the finish. Cooper Flag not ready for Wembanyama. Wembanyama is destroying Cooper Flag right now. Absolutely dominating Cooper Flag down there. He's got nothing going on. He can't get anything going to the rim. He's got to settle for all these jump shots. You know, I said, I told you that bag is ridiculous, and he's 7'6". It doesn't make sense. Champagny with the steal in the backcourt. Can't get the floater to go. Washington with the rebound. He's going to push it the other way. Hit ahead to Thompson. Down low to Washington. Gets the layup and foul for P.J. Washington. If it wasn't for P.J. Washington, man. If it wasn't for P.J. Washington tonight. My goodness. My mind is still blown about Wemby. You know, I said he has like a full highlight reel, and we're in the third quarter. Yeah, his highlight reel tonight alone has been ridiculous. You might want to look, if you are a betting person, you might want to look at your whatever betting site you use, whatever betting app you use, at what the odds are for a Victor Wembanyama MVP season this year. It can't be great odds. I'm sure it's not the best odds in your favor. Maybe like a plus 400, plus 500 or something, but Wemby might mess around and win MVP this year. He's up to 27 points. We're not even halfway through the third quarter here. This is insane. Washington knocks down his and one free throw. Castle's pulling it back out. Has it on the right wing, dancing with it against Lively. Driving it down. Little goofy one-legged step. Can't get the floater to go. Good defense from Lively. Here comes Davis. Champagne's going to pick up Davis. He's going to bully ball his way into the paint. Leans in, throws up the floater. Can't get it to go. Wemby pulls down the rebound and gets fouled by Lively. That is Lively's 5th foul tonight. No Daniel Gafford? Just that's at 4-1, yeah. I mean, it's not bad odds, but not the greatest odds either. Right? The only thing that might keep this man away from winning all these awards, from cleaning up during award season, is health, is playing the 65 games. You know, I said, yeah, he put in the French tickler on the Mavs tonight. Got to get the Kai from Diddy. Hey, man. Too late in the night for that. Wemby has it up top. Najee Marshall switched on to him. Wemby crosses over to his right, leans in, throws up the floater, and they call the foul on Marshall. There's nothing Marshall could do. Wemby just bully balling his way to the paint. There's nothing you could do about that. And I have them 2 points already, but I'm going to take it away. But Wemby's going to the foul line for now. He could make it 73. Could make it 73 here. You know, I said Lively just ain't that hot, which makes me happy because the Mavs stole him from us. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we even take Lively in that spot. Maybe we do, but they definitely stole that pick with all the tanking. Terrible. Terrible from the Mavs. I hope they never see success as an organization again. Wemby knocks down the free throw. Got one more coming. Ten for 16 from the field. 10 rebounds already. Knocks down both free throws. 73-60. 13-point lead for the Spurs. Taking it right to the Mavs. Russell coming to his right. Up top to Thompson. Gets an open three. Thompson can't get it to go. He continues to struggle. And then off the foot of Anthony Davis. Davis is what? 3 for 14 from the field for 12 points, 11 rebounds. Not a great night. Not a great night for the Mavs. Get it over to Wemby. Catches. Pump fakes on Davis. Driving it down between the legs. Leans in. All the way off glass. There's no stopping Victor Wembanyama right now. There's no stopping him. He's up to what? 28 points? 31 points. I have my context for him was right. You just pray. And Wembanyama ends up fouling Davis off ball. Fighting with him in the post. This is insane. Wemby has 30. He's got 31. We're not even halfway through the third quarter yet. You know, Ars said, look at that. That's dreams right there with 8 more inches. Hey, yo. But yeah, man. Yeah. Hitting him with all the post moves and then the little fall away baby jumper off glass. How do you defend that? He's already 7'6", and he's got long wingspan, and he's falling away. Got a nice soft touch off glass. There's nothing you could do. If he starts hitting you with the dirt, with the leg up, you can't contest it. You're going to foul him. You know, I said Wemby is the second coming of Wilt. Hey, man. I'm with you in that Wilt was a freak, 7'1", as athletic as he was. We ain't never seen nothing of Wembanyama. He's not the second coming of anybody. He's the first coming of Wembanyama. We've never seen anything like him, and we'll never see anything like him again. Oh, I had this set up the whole time. All right, so you know what? We're going to go there, right? Then we're going to come back here. And we're going to go here. Then we're going to go here. I do want to look at the box scores real quick. Jazz still beating up on the Clippers. Hilarious. Love to see it. Look at the box score real quick. Real quick. Just real quick, y'all. Real quick. Real quick. Wemby with 31. Vassell with 11. Castle with 13. Not getting anything off the bench. Harper with 8. Cornette with 2. The Mavs, 15 for P.J. Washington. He's 6% from the field. Like I said, without P.J. Washington, this is a rough night for the Mavericks. 12 points for Davis on 3 for 13 from the field. He's really struggling in the Wemby matchup. Flag with only 2 points. He's 1 for 7. He's looked not very good. He does have 8 rebounds, no assists, 1 steal, 3 turnovers. minus 19. Klay Thompson, 3 for 11, 8 points. Lively with the 5 fouls already. Davis has 4 fouls. Washington has 3 fouls. I mean, they stand no chance. This is an excellent defensive front court, and they stand no chance against Wembanyama. 0. Zip. None. Again, stuff off the bench. Russell with 6. Christie with 6. Nembhard with 4. Najee Marshall with 3. But, they don't have Daniel Gafford available, so I guess the front court's a little compromised. But still, man. Still, you have Lively, you have Davis, you have Flag. And Jason Kidd doing the thing that he did with Giannis Antetokounmpo a long time ago of putting a non-point guard wing at point guard. Right? He did it with Giannis. Part of the reason he did it was to get Giannis to understand what it's like to set the offense up and what it means to get his teammates going. A couple of years ago, Greg Popovich did it with Jeremy Sohan. And you're seeing Jason Kidd do it right now again with Cooper Flag. So starting him at point guard in his NBA debut against Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs, not putting him in a position to be successful in his debut. 1 for 7 from the floor for Cooper Flag is not great. Not great. Okay. Get back to it. Check him back in. Cooper Flag can't get the layup to go there. Spurs pushing it the other way. Vassell down the lane. Scoop layup with the right hand. Got it to go. Man, taking it right to the Mavs now. Up by 17 with 6.5 to go. Russell coming to his right off the Davis screen. Gets it over to Nembhard, back to Russell. Russell over to Davis. Davis has it up top. Hands it off to Nembhard. And out of bounds off of Nembhard. Good hands from Champagnie, Julian Champagnie. Ball going back to the Spurs. They already have the 17-point lead. Victor Wembanyama now on the bench. Here come the Spurs. Castle gets it over to Cornette. Hands it back off to Vassell. Vassell mid-range jumper. Comes up short. DJ Washington with the rebound. Cornette backpedaling. Washington's going to take it right to him. And lost it out of bounds. Ball going back to Spurs. It's been a rough night. It has been a rough night for the Mavericks. The only guy who has anything going is Wemby. I mean, not Wemby. Jeez. Well, he does have it going, but not for the Mavericks. Is PJ Washington, which is not a good sign for the Mavericks. Vassell kicks it out. Back to Vassell. Vassell has it on the left wing. Being guarded by Flag. Over the top pass to Champagnie. Over to Castle. Jab step. Driving it down to the rim. Scoop layup with the right hand. Can't get it to go, but that's because it was goaltended by Anthony Davis. 2 points for Stephon Castle. 79-60. 19-point lead. Eesh. Eesh. Okay, Hazy, they need to body Wemby up. He still doesn't have a great strength yet. Yeah, but as Castle comes up with the steal and Russell in the backcourt and gets the easy layup and one. Oh, man. Oh, man. They don't even have De'Aaron Fox out there yet. They don't even have Fox out there yet, man. Keenar said he did get bigger and stronger, but yeah, not like he's thick like Shaq. Yeah, he's not thick like Shaq, and he's still obviously super skinny, but he did improve his core strength. And also, you can't really body him up, because if he rises up to shoot, which he's viable to do at any point, as Castle misses yet another free throw. Another free throw for Castle, missed. If you body up to Wemby too close, he's liable to rise up and shoot at any point, and then you're sending him to the foul line for 2 free throws. Keenar said they don't need Fox. Castle and Harper got it covered. Yeah, but it's a luxury. A luxury. You know, they might end up moving off of Fox at some point. Could be even in the offseason next year. Just play the full season out with De'Aaron Fox and see what it looks like. Davis has it up top. There was a lane violation, so even though Castle missed the free throw, the Mavs give him another opportunity, and he gets it. Castle almost got another steal. 11-0 Spurs run here, giving them the 22-point lead. Up top to Davis. They contest it. Fires up the straightaway three. He rattles it in. Finally, something went down for Davis. Here comes Castle. Castle has it up top to get it over to Cornette. Cornette gets it out to Castle. Castle being guarded by Washington. Settles for the pull-up three. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Cornette keeps it alive to Vassell. Vassell inside the Cornette. Cornette hands it off to Castle. Driving the baseline. Inside the Cornette. Gets blocked by Davis. Cornette was looking for the foul call as he was off balance, but here comes Davis bringing it down the other way. 4:30 to go. Davis crosses over down the lane, takes the contact, puts up the floater. Can't get it to go. Cornette with the rebound. Castle will bring it down. Being guarded by Flag. Castle calling for the screen. Quick crossover to his right on Flag. Driving down past him. Throws a lob up. Turns it over. Good hands from Davis. Hit ahead to Russell. Russell inside to Washington to the rim. Can't get the layup to go. Flag can't get the tip follow. Now here come the Spurs pushing it the other way. Cooper Flag continues to struggle. Now 1 for 9 from the field. Vassell kicks it out to Cornette. Cornette in the mid-post. Takes it out to Champagny. Champagny a right wing three. Airballs it, but that's because he gets fouled by Cooper Flag. And Cooper Flag has had a disastrous NBA debut tonight. This was supposed to be the coronation of the next guy up, Cooper Flag. And he has had a rough night. I said also, old film of Wilt. He was not thick either, but he was strong and a world-class athlete in like 7 events. I mean, like being big wasn't really a thing back in the day. Like you wanted to be trim and fit. And obviously he got bigger as he got older because that tends to naturally happen. But yeah, he was never as skinny as Wemby, I would say. He was skinny though, but that was when he was really young. Everybody's skinny when they're young, unless you're Shaq. He said, but of course Wemby is a way better shooter than Wilt. Yeah. I mean, shooting was not a thing you were looking to do if you were a 7-footer back then. Over under on AD's games played this year. I'd put it at 60. I'd put it at 60.5. Hayes, you say I say 58. Yeah, you'd be under then. You'd be under. I'd put the number at 60.5, and that's tough because I think he's going to play around 60 games. So I'll go over. I think he makes at least 65 to get to the threshold of the award season. Champagny goes 2 for 3 from the foul line. Davis up top, 84-63, a 21-point lead. Gets it over to Christie. Christie driving it down. Gets caught in the air. Kicks it out to Davis. Davis another 3. Another basket for Anthony Davis. Timeout for the Spurs. 3:36 to go. I said, yeah, Cooper be flagging. I was thinking it might not be a great debut against Wemby. I mean, it's not like Wembanyama's been guarding him. Not like Wemby's been guarding him all night. Let me look to see what the internet is saying about this. I could probably show you guys this. Nothing crazy is going to come up on my Twitter. It's all basketball stuff. What are we saying on the internet? EPOY coming for OG Anunoby. 24 points, 14 rebounds for OG, by the way, is crazy. 14 rebounds for OG is crazy. I said, yeah, but Wemby can guard everyone in a sense in every play. You could get blocked at any time from anywhere. This is true, Kinara. This is 100% true. Wemby is liable to come out from absolutely nowhere to come up with a block at the rim. He already had one earlier in this game against Davis where he just came up and just knocked it out of the air. It wasn't even like a traditional block shot where he went up high and swatted it with his hand. He literally went up and swatted it out of the air like it was like a fly was in his face. Like he went up and was like, hey, get that out of there. Okay, he said Coop has no pressure on him. Might not be a good thing for his first season. No need to bring out the monster. He was the number 1 overall pick, and he's 1 for 8 tonight. Doesn't matter how much pressure he has on him. Doesn't matter how much time he has. He's going to be an awesome NBA player. He's probably going to win Rookie of the Year. But this is a very disappointing night if you're a Mavs fan for the Cooper Flag coronation night. He was supposed to be the next guy up. I got my man Ian Begley on deck. All right. Okay. Carnthony says he's playing through a grade 2 quad strain, and it was hurting. I didn't want to disappoint the fans. It's not something that's easy to deal with. We made it happen tonight. I'm glad the fans respected the effort I put into play tonight. Shout out Carnthony Towns, baby. Shout out Big Towns. He gets a lot of nonsense for being soft. My man playing through a grade 2 quad strain just for the opening night game. My man was hooping too. Hill Bridges was asked about the Knicks giving different offensive looks to their opponents. JB can play anywhere on the court. His size, he could post up guys too. He could do about anything, probably not roll as a bid. Kale got jokes. Carnthony Towns says he has a grade 2 strain, but it was important for him to play through it tonight. I didn't want to disappoint the fans. He said Towns, 19 points, 11 rebounds, added that he appreciated the support from the fans and his teammates. Knicks head coach Mike Brown was asked about high expectations for the Knicks this season. Everyone, fans, media, has their expectations. I don't know if their expectations are any higher than the guys in the locker room, he said. In part, so we're good with that. We embrace that. Mike Brown said, just like the players have got a lot of room to grow, I've got a lot of room to grow too. We've got a lot of guys that can play. Shout out Mike Brown, taking accountability. Taking accountability for himself. Here we go, we're back in. I'll let my timer tick all the way down, but here we go. 84-66. Keldon Johnson just knocked down a little floater in the lane. 86-66, back up to 20. Is that Jaden Hardy in the game now? No, it's Brandon Williams. Jaden Hardy is in the game. That was Brandon Williams get fouled. And it looks like the Mavericks might be waving the white flag. They got Hardy and Brandon Williams in the game right now. Got 3 minutes in the third quarter. Maybe he's just looking for a spark from somewhere. Hazy said the fans were all over his comments begging him to play. That's crazy. That's crazy. My man's got a grade 2 quad strain. So now sit out the next 2 weeks. You got the big win on opening night. Now sit out the next 2 weeks, Big Towns. You did your thing, brother. You did your thing. They missed a floater in the lane. Castle has it, lost it. Harper picks it up, blows the layup. Flag with the rebound. Cooper Flag's got 10 rebounds, though, in his debut. Flag driving it down. He has it in the post, leans in, throws up the hook shot, gets it to go down. Cooper Flag's second basket. Two and a half to go here in the third. Kennard said, Cat is injured? I didn't know. Yeah, he was doubtful to play, and then he wasn't going to play, and then fans got on him about not playing in the opener, and he toughed it out, played the game. But now that you got the opener win, now let's cool it off and let him rest. Let him rest it. Flag knocks down 2 in a row. Cooper Flag with the turnaround jumper. When did the Spurs hit a 3? I was not paying attention. I was answering questions in the chat. Harper driving it down, stops, turns, pump fake, steps through, scoop layup. Oh my goodness, Dylan Harper. Spurs got too many young guys, man. They got too many guys. Dylan Harper with the pump fake, step through, scoop layup under the rim. Come on, man. It's not fair. You already got Wemby. Now you get Dylan Harper. You got Castle. Cornette comes up with the block. Come on, man. Get it over to Castle. Hit ahead to Champagny. A left corner 3. Can't get it to go. Keldon Johnson, the offensive rebound. He got fouled. He's going to the foul line for 2 free throws. I said the comments I have heard him make seem really mature. Carnthony Towns? Harper? Who are we talking about? Towns? I assume we're talking about Towns still? Cornette has it up top. Almost 103rd quarter. Sheesh. I mean, the Mavs are really struggled tonight. Harper threw the lob to Cornette. He can't get the lob dunk to go down. Champagny has it. Up top to Castle. Castle coming to his left of the Cornette screen. In the mid-range, operating. Hesitation move. Loses the handle. Powell picks it up. Come on, Castle. But then Dwight Powell just throws it away. The ball is loose. Cooper Flag dives on it. It's going to be a jump ball. Our Towns. Yeah, Towns, yeah, he's really mature. I mean, the things said about Karl Anthony Towns online or the way he talks and the voice changing things, it's funny to a point, and then people always take it a step too far. Always take it way too far, Towns doesn't act like one of these spoiled crybaby number one picks. I mean, he's seen the depths. He's seen how bad it can be. And then he was in the process of reaching the mountaintop with the Timberwolves, and it changes your perspective on things. He's always been a really mature guy. We all know how much he had to do. Oh, Cooper flag. Okay, there's a highlight play for the rookie year, brother. Yes, sir. Under the basket, pump fake. Getting the ball almost knocked out of his hands, hitting a little reverse on the other side. There you go, Coop. Harper takes it out to Johnson. Up top to Vassell. Vassell being guarded by Flag. Flag got a little pep in his step. Vassell can't knock down the midi. Fight for the rebound. Johnson ends up with it, and he gets the layup to go. Still really struggling to get back into this game. They're getting no defensive stops. 35 seconds to go here in this third quarter. But Cooper Flag getting off a little bit. Flag up top. Pull up three. Feeling it. Too strong, can't get it to go. Harper with the rebound. He's going to bring it down. Dylan Harper with 10 points, 4 boards, and an assist tonight. Dog catcher Coop can hoop. For sure he can. Just having a rough night. Harper dancing with it. Winding down the clock as much as possible. Driving it in. It's blocked by Washington. Hit ahead. Christie at the buzzer. Can't get it to go. I don't think he got it off in time anyway, but it doesn't matter. And that'll be the end of the third quarter. 93-72, a 21-point lead for the San Antonio Spurs. Cooper Flag started to get off a little bit. He is now sitting with 8 points, 4 for 13 from the field. Does have the 10 rebounds, 0 assists. Has not been a great night for the Dallas Mavericks overall. I do want to go back to see what we were talking about here. Probably be easier for you guys to read it if we were a little bit closer as well. People giving props to Deuce McBride. He was fantastic. Jared Allen tonight, -4 in 28 minutes. He had 4 points, 4 rebounds. Jeremiah Fears, 17 points on 7 for 10 from the field. There were some national media guys going at Jeremiah Fears, but he had a good night tonight. OG with 24, 14, 2, 3, and 1. Here's some highlights. Here's some Twitter highlights from the official Knicks Twitter page. Hold on. Let's rewind it all the way to the beginning. Oh, then let me get out of the way too. Porty inside the Towns. Yes, sir. Beautiful play. Look at my man. Brunson bringing it down. Hesitation. Step back. Quick crossover. In and out. Down the lane. Scoop right past Jalen Tyson for the lefty layup. You love to see it. Brunson again with the ball on his left. Coming down. Cross-court pass over to Bridges. Bridges driving it down. You know the middy's coming. Step back, one-legged, fall-away middy. Love to see it. Towns, pump fake, driving it all the way down. Two-handed pump jam. Yes, sir. Towns, hit ahead. Here comes Tyler Kolek. Yes, sir. Bounce pass over to OG Anunoby down the lane. Y'all know what's popping off all night long. McBride over to Brunson. Brunson dancing with it against Lonzo. Now gets it over to Huck Porty. McBride 4 for 6 from three-point range tonight. Shot it out from the mountaintops. Anunoby, a deep one. I didn't know Anunoby had that in his bag. I didn't know he had the trailer, deep pull-up three like that. I didn't know he had it. Brunson bringing it down again. Dancing with it in and out against Mobley. Defensive player of the year. Who? Stop, turn, spin. Fire. Bang. Another one. We still going? Look at the beautiful lead ball for Hug Porty. Yes, sir. Beautiful manipulation from Mikal Bridges with the 6 assists tonight. McBride gets it over to Kolek, Tyler Kolek, the creator. Floater in the lane. Creating something out of nothing. Love to see it. Over the top pass, Anunoby with the steal. Hit ahead. Let my man OG. Showtime real quick. Oh, with the reverse. With the reverse for OG Anunoby. Love to see it. Love to see it. You know, I said I haven't been following Deuce McBride's offseason training. He's not all that public with it. He's really not all that public with it. Ian Begley got another one. Video. We're not going to tune into the video just yet. You can tune into the video yourself if you want to. My man Chris Persianen, yes sir, doing his thing. All right, let's get back to the game. Start of the fourth quarter here. Got 12 more minutes of basketball, y'all. Throw 12 minutes up on the clock. If this continues to be a blowout, we'll end it a little bit earlier. No need to stay up any later than we have to. But let's see what we got. Cooper going to do anything interesting? Is Wemby going to be back in the game? Wemby is back in the game. McLaughlin gets a layup to go. Not McLaughlin. McLaughlin with the assist. Keldon Johnson got the layup to go. PJ Washington kicks it out. Davis is going to put up another three. He's going to have to shoot a ton of threes this year with the paint being clogged. Can't get it to go. Here comes Harper pushing the other way for the Spurs. Euro steps past Cooper, gets the layup to go. Dylan Harper taking it right to Cooper flag. Said, sorry, kid. My night. Dylan Harper's night. 12 points, 4 boards for him. Davis does knock down the little floater in the lane. We'll see how this game continues to go. Hey, Hazy said he was practicing fakes like Brunson does. A lot of these guys on the Knicks that I really appreciate don't advertise a lot what they're doing in the offseason. Is Wemby. Nice assist from Dylan Harper. Gets an easy dunk at the lane. This is going to be unfair as that trio gets older between Castle, Wemby, and Harper. It's just going to be unfair, man. New Spurs dynasty incoming. The new Parker, Ginobili, Duncan dynasty recreated here with Wemby, Harper, and Castle. It's just disgusting. Just disgusting. You know, I said in order to be a great faker, you should be a good passer, but if you're a good shooter, you can also be effective with the ball and pump fakes. Yeah. The reason guys like Brunson are as effective as they are with the fakes is because at any moment, Brunson can shoot a floater over you. And you know, even if it's well contested, still go in. Or he's really good at drawing fouls and whatnot. So you constantly are going for fakes because he could constantly at any moment get a basket from anywhere on the court. Barnes, a straightaway three, can't get it to go. Wait for the rebound. Harper knocks Davis over. And Harper's like, really, dude? I knocked you over. Me, the 6'6" guard, knocked over the 7-footer. Going for the rebound. Come on, man. Brandon Williams is going to bring it down. I'm really here for Cooper Flag, see if Cooper Flag can do anything else, and if Wemby can continue to pad them stats. You do still have Davis out there. It is now a 25-point deficit. This game has been over for a minute. Thompson knocks down the midi. You know, I said, except none of these guys are tiny like Parker and Cass and Wemby are top-level defensive players. We don't even know how good Harper is going to be. I'm definitely high in the Spurs' future. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying based off the play type of those guys. As Harper fires a three, can't get it to go. But just in terms of like, you had your point guard and your shooting guard, even though they brought Ginobili off the bench, but you had kind of like your point guard, shooting guard, and then your big man star players trio that you can continue to retool and build your roster around. They got the same thing with Harper as the point guard, Castle's a bit of a combo shooting guard, I guess. Playing alongside of them as they continue to get older. And then you have the Tim Duncan of in Wembanyama there, obviously is the star guy. Spurs get another steal, out on the fast break. McLaughlin gets the layup to go. We might, the next dead ball, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. No need to stick around for this blowout. Davis has it up top, hands it off to Washington. Washington back to Brandon Williams, hands it off to Thompson, over to Davis. Davis has it up top, fires this three over Wemby. Wemby with the rebound. Wemby with 13 rebounds, 35 points, or 33 points. He's about to get the 35th here, ESPN says, with a huge dunk over Davis. There's nothing you can do with this. This is absurd. This is a crazy season debut from Wemby. I'm happy we got to see it. Flag pump fakes, driving it on Harper, and the number 2 pick versus the number 1 pick, and Harper ends up fouling Cooper Flag. I think they felt bad for Cooper Flag on that play. They send him to the foul line for 2 free throws here. That's Wembanyama taking Anthony Davis off the bounce, man. Generational defender Anthony Davis. Wembanyama, it did not matter. Did not matter. Keenar said, Wemby guarding the 3-point line, turn around, he's all ready for the rebound. Yep, that's Wemby. Keenar said, don't need to see stats from Wemby, it's the highlights for Wemby from me. I mean, it's just the whole package with Wembanyama. Kay Hazy said, I don't know when Kyrie comes back, but I know he's going to be on fire. Kyrie will come back at some point this year. Some point this year he'll come back. Flag knocks down both free throws. Cooper Flag. The next dead ball, we'll call it a stream. It's a timeout or whatever. Castle has it up top. Cross-court pass to Vassell. Vassell stops, turns, spins, gets it out to Wemby. Now over to Castle. Castle coming to his left. Pass fake. Over to Vassell. Vassell throws the lob up to Wemby. He gets the easy dunk. He completes the dunk. Oh, man. Wemby's just playing on rookie mode. He's got 37. Flag crosses over. Gets it over to Nembhard. Nembhard under the rim. Gets it over to Davis. Davis gets it to go over Wemby. And a timeout for the Spurs, 105-80. But we're going to call it there, y'all. We're going to call it there, stream. This is a beatdown from the Spurs against the Mavs. Real quick, though, let's do the thing. Let's go around the league. Let's do the thing. Let's do the thing. Where's everybody sitting? Kings, Suns in a close game. Battle of the bad out there in the Western Conference. Timberwolves, Blazers. Wow, look at the Blazers hanging in there. Blazers are going to be good this year, I think. Blazers are going to make the play-in. Is that a hot take? I don't know if it's a hot take, but I think the Blazers are going to make the play-in. We know Cavs, Knicks. We know Hornets, Nets. We know Magic, Heat. We know Rockets, Hawks. We know 76ers, Celtics. We know Bulls, Pistons, Pelicans, Grizzlies. How did Zion play tonight? How did Big Z do? Zion with 27 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 steals for Zion. Had an excellent game. Herb Jones with 17. Trey Murphy with only 16. 1 for 6 from 3. Got to play better. Eve Missy with 5. Jordan Poole with 17. Zion did his thing, though. Zion with 17 points, 7 for 12 from the foul line, 10 for 21 from the field. Let's see. Off the field, Jeremiah Fears, 17 points. John Moran with 35. Jaren Jackson Jr. fouled out tonight because, of course, he did in 27 minutes. 18 points for him. Jalen Wells with 14. Jock Londale, 10. KCP with 15. Off the bench, Cedric Howard, 14 points. Nice. Omax with 10. Santi Aldama chipped in with 5. My favorite role player in the league. Okay. Let's look over at Bucks dominated the Wizards. No need to really look at this one too much. We know what this is about. Did Giannis play? Giannis did play. 37 for Giannis. 37, 14, and 5. Excellent game from Giannis. 11 for Turner in his debut. 17 for Gary Trent Jr. Thanasis got in there for 2 minutes. Ryan Rollins off the bench with 9. Cole Anthony with 9. Kuzma 12 off the bench. Torian Prince with 11. Okay. Nice contributions all around. How did the rookie play for Washington? Did he get the start? He did not get the start. Where is he off the bench? Trey Johnson, 26 minutes, 16 points. Nice. Nice game from Trey Johnson. 4 for 8 from three-point range. If there's anything Trey Johnson can do is get a bucket. He did just that tonight. 120 is not a bad opening night for the Wizards. right? They fall to the Bucks, but you're looking for another draft pick if you're the Wizards. And then we know the Jazz absolutely dominated the Clippers tonight. I said, yeah, Blazers were only one of my upside picks, but I seem to be wrong on Atlanta. I might be wrong on Atlanta too. I'm very high on Atlanta. I'm still high on Atlanta. It could just be one bad game on opening night. So we'll see how this season continues to go. But they got all the tools, man. They got all the tools. Real quick, I want to look at the Blazers. Box score, we didn't look at that. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Who'd they play? Oh, they're playing right now. Blazers Timberwolves. They are going into the fourth quarter soon. So we're going to look at the box score, and then we'll sign off. Anthony Edwards already with 31. Dante DiVincenzo getting the point guard nod tonight. 7 points for him. 6 turnovers. He's not a point guard. Not a point guard. Portland Trail Blazers. Spreading the wealth. Jeremy Grant off the bench with 24. Can't miss. 9 for 11 from the field. He said, yikes, Dante. I mean, they're starting him at point guard. He's not a point guard. Doesn't even really want to dribble the ball. Let my man operate off some screens. Stephon Castle. My goodness. That's the offensive rebound and 2-handed slam. 27-point lead for the Spurs now. We're signing off. We're signing off for sure. Yang Hansen only got 5 minutes tonight. Donovan Clingan with the start. 20 minutes, 5 points. I mean, the Portland Trailblazers not even doing anything spectacular. Sharp with 15, Avdija with 13, 8 for Clingan, 2 for 3 from three-point range for Clingan. Drew Holiday is in the starting lineup with 9, Tamani Kamara with 8. Jeremy Grant's the guy going off with 24 off the bench. But they'll get Scoot Henderson back at some point, and we'll see what kind of season Scoot Henderson. Kind of a do-or-die season for Scoot Henderson here in terms of if the Blazers see him as a piece of their future or not. I said Dante's still on the wrong team. Yeah, man. Unfortunately, yeah. PJ Washington fouls Victor Wembanyama there. Wemby back at the foul line. This is crazy. But I think we're going to end it there. I think we've sufficiently scoured the league and gone through anything interesting amongst these box scores here. So I think we're going to wrap it up there. Wemby is now sitting with, 39 points? Wembanyama, 37 points. Just knocked down both free throws here. Should be at 39 points then. Let's go to the game cast. It should be more up to date. Wemby, 38 points tonight, 14 for 20 from the field, 1 for 2 from three-point range. Crazy. Castle chipped in 27 and 6. Vassell with 13. Harper off the bench giving them good production. Spurs are scary, man. Spurs are scary. Keenar said, I don't like Shaden's lack of efficiency. Still young. Yeah, still young. Not playing with a traditional point guard out there with Harper. Holiday, a little long in the tooth and whatnot. But Wemby yet another rebound. Got to get Wemby up out of there. It's 6 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. You got a 27-point lead. Or 26-point lead. Castle's going to drive it down to the rim. Two-handed slam right over Ryan Nembhard. My goodness. The Spurs are scary this year. But we're going to wrap it up, y'all. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me so late into the night. It is now midnight here. It is officially the next day. Tomorrow we will be doing Indiana, Oklahoma City. It is a finals rematch, although Halliburton will not be available, obviously. So I'll catch you on the next one. Hold on real quick, even though I know majority of y'all have gone out to bed, obviously. Still want to give a shout out to the members. Johnny Miller, Jose NYC, Roger Gwal, OG Rue, Susan, Miguelito Hernandez, Shot Collins, James Sumler, Ellie Muskov, El Tigre. Knicks will be 2026 champs. CP's True Mets Talk. Appreciate y'all. David Miskelly and Mark, of course. Thank you, guys. Victor Wembanyama, knocked down to 3. He's up to 40 points. Vic with a 40-point night, 15 rebounds. Go ahead, get your betting slips in for the MVP as Vassell comes up with a steal. Insane night for the Spurs. Thanks for hanging out with us. Remember, get a good night's sleep. I know it's late. Get a good night's sleep. Take a shower. Brush your teeth before bed. Stay hydrated. I'll catch you on the next one. Good night, everybody. Bye.